Yo, what's good, stream? Oh, what's good with you? I get to watch Tekken and eat canes. I'm jealous. I just get to watch Tekken. Big E, what's good? Spooderman, Denick, how you living? Been playing Gambler Fantasy Versus recently. Fucking with it. The game is so fire. Hell. Got the next Pacers game on a separate screen. Yeah, so I mean it hasn't started yet, but I do have the stream for it pulled up on my third monitor over here. I would like to just be locked into that game, to be honest, but I think me watching Tekken should probably be my priority, as it's kind of sort of my job. You know what I mean? But I will be watching both. So if at any point during the stream y'all see that I'm not locked in to the actual tournament, it is because I'm distracted by basketball. Those are the simple facts of the matter. This is a new tourney. No, this has been happening for years. This is the 15th one. They have it every year. Been happening since 2010, based on the math. Thunder beat both teams in 5 though. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably right. But in my opinion, I think the Pacers have the better chance between them and the Knicks, just because the Pacers offense is just so good. But the OKC's defense is ridiculous. But I mean, I kind of want to see the unstoppable force versus the immovable. You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? The movable object versus the unstoppable force or something like that. Y'all know how the saying go. I do think OKC is just going to win regardless, but they've been my favorite. Actually, no, that's not true. Boston was still my favorite, but I always thought OKC was the favorite to make it out of the West and make the finals. So them being there and looking this dominant doesn't really surprise me at all. Unstoppable force means an immovable object. There you go. Definitely got it pulled up on the third monitor over here. Wolves sold so much. I mean, personally, I chalk it up more to OKC just being that good than I do to the Wolves playing bad. Because like, there are certain things you can look at and be like, oh, this player, you know, has missed all these shots, or and didn't have a good game this night, or Rudy Gobert is unfucking playable. But like, those things you can accredit to, you know, how well OKC was playing. Their defense is elite. They have the MVP of the league in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have a really dynamic front court with Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. And they have everything. They have multiple all NBA caliber defenders with Cason Wallace and Caruso and J-Dub and Shai himself and Chet, and, you know what I'm saying? Like they have it all. The only thing that they really kind of lack a little bit is shooting. But even then, like, there's multiple players on that team that can have a good shooting. Like Caruso can give you 4 or 5 threes on a really, really good night. Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe when he gets hot, even though he's a defensive liability, so that's why he ain't really been able to get no shine. Chet ain't really been shooting that well, but you know, he's capable of giving you a couple. J-Dub, obviously we know he can score. Shai obviously lives in the mid-range, but don't let that nigga start feeling it. He'll hit them pull-ups from 3. Yeah, they could definitely use more shooting, but they gonna win the championship without it, so. Born and raised in OKC, being a Thunder fan is great right now. Hell yeah. What's up, Lotus? First stream I'm tuned in to from you. Just got finished watching your last second video. It's a huge inspiration. Keep playing. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed the video, and welcome to the stream. What do you make of the Wolves pursuing KD? I feel like it's just a slightly colder Suns team. They'll have to get rid of Rudy to make the money work. There are other places I'd rather see Kevin Durant. That's how I feel about it. No DreamCon this year? I've never gone to DreamCon. And no, I didn't go this year either. Wanted Ant to get his first ring. I'm gonna be so honest. I'm gonna be so for real. At no point ever during the regular season or this playoff run did I ever think the Wolves were going to win the championship. There was never, ever even an inkling of a, hey, yo, Ant might get his first ring. Well, I'm gonna be so for real. didn't watch your last video, but you stream in the top 8. That's my problem, is that like I feel like when I post a video and then I stream, it like fucks each other up, you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, it is what it is. At least I posted today's video like hours ago, you know what I'm saying? So it got a little bit of time to breathe before I went live. That shit was almost 5 hours ago. I tried to get it up as early as I could today, which was much earlier than the video I posted yesterday. But yeah. Yo, Zay, holy shit, thank you for the super chat, man. I greatly appreciate that. Love the content. Hey, well, I greatly appreciate it. I'm doing my best to be as consistent as I can. I know things have been rough from me for the last few months, but I'm trying, man. I'm definitely trying. Thunder 3-peat trust. We ain't even seen a team go back-to-back since the KD Warriors, so 3-peat gonna be interesting. I mean, they got everything to do it. They got a ton of assets. Their players not even in their prime yet, you know what I'm saying? They're most likely only going to get better. They're all young. A couple of them guys ain't got to get paid just yet, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got, the future is extremely bright in OKC. They could be the next dynasty, the first one we've seen in a while. What is this Vanessa Bryant pregnant rumor? That's not my, I don't know nothing about that. That would be very shocking, but that's really not my business, and I ain't got no information on that. Favorite Mishima character? Is it crazy if I say Reina? No problem, by the way. I really want the Pacers to win it all. I want the Pacers to win it all too, but I don't think they can beat OKC. Well, I think they can beat OKC. I don't think they will beat OKC. Really thought Golden State was going to win it all after they beat Houston. Them beating Houston convinced you that they were going to win the whole thing. The team that missed the play-in last year and just made the playoffs this year. Golden State beating that team convinced you they was going to win it all. Hit Tekken King today. Good shit. Oh, and I'll be right back. Alright, my fault, I'm back. Trying to get God this season. Was hard stuck on taking God for 8 months last season. See, I never really played enough to feel like I was hard stuck, because I feel like every time I came back to the game and was like actually playing for a bit, like I'd rank up. I maxed out at Tekken Emperor, but like I don't really think I was hard stuck there. I just wasn't really grinding, because I mean, like, I was in the blues, you know what I'm saying? Like, early on in the game's lifespan, and then I, put it down. I came back. I'm hitting Bushin, put it down, came back, hit King, put it down, came back.
Welcome,
eventually hit
ladies
Emperor.
and gentlemen,
I think I could have got a little bit further
Battle
than
Arena
that,
Melbourne 15 Tekken 8 top 8.
If the patches
you guys
keep
are ready for some
being as good as they have been so far, or even better, it'll make me want to keep
Tekken
grinding. And I
8
think I can
action.
get a lot higher.
I'm the
than
ever-hydrated brown man, joined here today by my
you
partner.
buy the new TCG set, Destined
Perfection
Rivals. I don't collect IRL Pokemon cards like that.
I see Patch. How you doing, my man?
I'm excited, man. We got all these players chasing down those points. The
This point in time,
leaderboards are
what would your
kind of
perfect fighting
stacking
game
up,
be?
and we got a crowd packing in here
A
in the
Naruto
battle
game
arena,
that
as
plays
you
very
mentioned.
similar to Dragon Ball
Since
Fighters,
yesterday,
developed by
top
System
32
Works,
action has been stacked
but
from pillar
is
to post,
more
and right
akin
now,
to what
they're
we had in
vying
the
for
first
those
couple of
points.
seasons, as opposed to what that game is right now.
Tooth and nail. This has been one of the most stacked tournaments, and the most stacked
Replace
tournament
Super Dash with
of
the Chakra Dash.
of the region.
Make the game, you know what I'm
100%.
saying?
All right, let's look at the tour.
I
You
don't
guys
even
got a
wanna
lot of
daydream
stuff
about it,
coming
bro.
up.
I've been dreaming about
We've got
that shit for
Evo
6
Japan
years. It's never
that's
gonna
just
happen.
passed. We had Knee take that one out in amazing fashion, and most recently Combo Breaker.
Yeah, Zero was
Morgoth
good, man.
showing his dominance right there, showing why he's the ranked #1 at the moment. And we've got Battle Arena Melbourne, where we are right now. You know, I love it, little Melbourne. And we got next in the next couple weeks.
I have not even
CEO,
haven't
then the
opened a
mix-up,
single pack on the
Evo
new Pokemon
Vegas.
Pocket set.
Then we got the
Maybe I'll
Punishment
record that tonight.
4.
We'll see.
Evo France for the first time ever. Paradise Game Battle, the Super Tournament in Korea, Clash of Olympians, and then capping it off with TGU, which is always the final race, the final stretch where everybody's like, I got to get in right now.
Right. The roadmap of Masters keeps on going, and also the challengers, which are more challenger events. Me and Obama were talking about it yesterday. You got to look at your health gauge in terms of travel. I would say
stuff is low-key mid, but a Black Clover fighting game would be pretty tight.
That's happening right now. You got
I mean, the thing is, if the game is good
only the
enough,
best
I would
second
play
win.
a
There's so
fighting
much to
game
look
based
forward
on
to.
almost
Take a
any
screen
anime.
cap of
You know
this.
what I'm saying?
Mark your
Especially if it's a
calendars
game
for
that's
the
similar to like
challenger events,
DBFZ.
as well as the
Like you could do
master
One
events,
Piece,
because
Fairy Tail, Hunter
they're
x
well
Hunter,
on
Black
our way. This is
Clover.
like the
I mean, I
first
actually
two
like some of
chapters
those series,
the
but
TWT 2020.
Well, this is early in the story, and this tour goes a bit longer than the previous one, so there's a lot more events, as you can see, and the points spread is going to be quite significant. There's a lot more points with Master Plus, Masters, and more challenges. But we have the global leaderboard. This is where the points have fallen so far. Morgold, as mentioned before, just recently won Combo Breaker, first in line, 1120 on the points. Knee coming in close second, 1100. King Ray with the 490. There is a big gap there, but they are no slouches in gaining points. And we've got Pina coming in at 4th, and we've got a lot of the World Warriors following right after and just trying to nip at their heels.
Yeah, since this is, like you said, the early stages of the story, you guys got to keep tuning in because these global leaderboards will be shifting each and every week. And what is so important is for you guys to register today to make those points count.
I
you know
won't,
where to go.
but
It's
Tekken-esports.bne-net.
Register today.
I'm saying?
Brown is super
Can't show too
important.
much
Talk to him,
commercial
tell him
right
how
now,
hard it is.
but
Listen, man.
you know I got
If you
that thing
earn
up.
points,
You know I keep that thing on me.
and you don't register, we can't see that.
You need to see.
Please,
You know what I'm saying?
please,
You know what I'm saying?
for the
Yeah,
sake
just
of
real quick,
everybody,
just
for the
real
sake of
quick.
yourselves, if you are trying to come out here and destroy the world with your Tekken skills, you need to register and get your
What about
name
Nen
on
Impact?
the
I might
list.
try
So
that
don't
tonight.
forget. Do it right now.
We'll
Oh,
see.
wait. We wait? Okay.
No.
Wait.
Let's do it right now.
I've heard very
I
mixed
can't
things
wait
about
because
that
we
game.
have
I don't
to
have
look
an
at the
opinion on it yet
brackets
because I
here.
haven't
We
played
were
it for
talking about how
myself.
stacked and packed this weekend has been, and this top 8 bracket can represent that, Brahma. Talk us through it.
It's looking crazy at the moment. We got Chikurin from Japan, and we got Ulsan from Korea. First match. These guys have a history, very long history, I would say. Then we got Falcons Farzeen versus Yamasa Nobi. Now this one's going to be really interesting as well, and I know a lot of people are really expecting Farzeen to make some moves here.
Oh yeah.
And tell us about the losers bracket.
Yeah, we got Arslan Ash versus Keisuke. That is going to be a barn burner of a match. Then you have Rangchu versus Knee. Honestly, you can shift the tides of the top 8 any which way, but it's crazy how you see how stacked both top 8 losers and winners side is. So I cannot wait for this this top 8 to commence.
And in an average top 8, you would expect everybody in the loser side to be on the winner side.
Yeah.
That's how stacked this tournament was. Every pool, by second round in your pools, you're probably versing a killer. If you weren't that guy yourself, and if you were, you were probably still versing.
All right, Twitch chat. Y'all want some predictions?
Now we've got Ulsan
the
staying
matches?
hydrated. Got that Melbourne coffee.
I mean,
First
you're
up, we
mentioning
got
2 killers,
Ulsan
right?
versus
And these
Chikurin.
guys have put in the work. The Lars of Ulsan, what a heel turn that he was able to pull
Also,
out.
yeah,
Lars,
Ulsan playing Lars
once he
is
came
heartbreaking.
here to
I'm
Melbourne,
not
also
going
at
to
that
lie.
dojo event that you guys did organize, and on the side of Chikurin, though, has been
Fairy
rocking
Tail.
that.
Hey, here's my
climb.
thing, right?
And also,
I like Fairy Tail quite a lot, actually. I never finished it, but I was reading Fairy Tail like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like when the chapters were still coming out weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like I was reading that shit for a minute.
But what we have on stage
And then
right now is
it was around the point, the last Fairy Tail chapter I remember reading was when we saw Acnologia's human form for the first time. When that chapter came out, that was like the last time I read Fairy Tail, and I didn't have no issue with that in particular. I just happened to like not read the chapters like the next week, and I just kind of fell off and just never ended up finishing the story.
Took that one out 2-0 very clean, and he had,
but like Fairy Tail is a series that I will stand by and say that it started off very promising and really good. I think it was like a really good, you know, battle action adventure shonen series that gave you a lot of what you wanted, like dope characters, really cool fights, you know, really attractive girls, you know what I'm saying, like the, you know, the cool power system and everything. I thought it was dope. And it wasn't like, you know, the deepest writing or anything like that, you know, power, friendship, cool, whatever, but it kind of got worse and worse and like more egregious with how,
unable to maximize that heat usage. The Phoenix Shift 4 has
unserious it was as it went on, but I didn't really mind it too much, so I was like, eh, it's still fun to read. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still enjoying it for the action and the characters and, you know, the pretty girls and whatnot. But you know, it's never something that I would say is like a particularly great series. You know what I mean? I think it's enjoyable. I think it's fun, but it's not that good. They do not want
to make any mistakes, but that is inevitable. Ulsan was able to capitalize on a major one there to close it out.
One big scramble could spell disaster in this game, folks. Plus frames out.
Anyway, Lars versus Clive kind of makes me want to throw up, not gonna lie, but you know.
Now Ulsan trying to lock Chikurin down there with the quick pokes.
Knee and Arslan both in losers, correct. Knee lost to...
Doing a great job. We've seen a lot of players crumble under this pressure, but Chikurin, the veteran he is,
lost in the qualifier to get out of his pool in winner side, and he made it loser side. I forget who he lost to. It was Farzeen. He lost to Farzeen.
Just for a bit of a timeout, right?
The back ones, the Delta Slicer, another super chat. How do you feel about Chainsaw Man? I've never read or watched it, so I don't really have much of an opinion on it.
And the mid to close it for Ulsan to take round number 2.
And he is spinning there, right there. He's feeling himself. He's warming up in the.
I still don't really understand the Fairy Tail hate. I mean, I kind of just explained exactly why I gets hated on.
So,
another thing with Fairy Tail is that, for one, I do think it's not that good. Like, it's not very well written, like, at all, especially the longer the series went on. But beyond that, Fairy Tail became one of those series kind of like Sword Art Online, where because it's not like the best written, instead of just enjoying it for what it is, it became like a meme or a trend to hate on it until that meme became like the norm or like the new reality. So because it became popular to hate on Fairy Tail, people started hating more on Fairy Tail, just like it's Sword Art Online and many other series as well.
Lets his heat go there for the plus frame pressure to push Chikurin back to the wall.
I like how Chikurin just played it safe. Like, let's
you know what
get
sucks
rid
and
of the
everyone
heat.
likes? Jujutsu Kaisen. I never finished Jujutsu Kaisen, so I don't really have much of an opinion. I liked what I read of it, but I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as like niggas hype it up to be. But I think Jujutsu Kaisen is one of them, like, it's one of them series that like new niggas and like young niggas like heavily fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, you know, if that's one of like your first 5 to 10 manga or anime that you read or watch, you probably think that shit's super gas.
Work there from Ulsan. He saw Chikurin was slowly figuring out some things in that last round and just put a stop to it very quickly.
You know what? 2 of those rounds really went down to the wire, so you can see how well they're able to space each other out, find the timing. Ulsan, though, like you said, stopping that momentum is super important, especially up against a character like Clive.
It's amazing, and that's the thing. Clive, both of these characters currently in their versions are heavily check based.
Yes.
And so the way these guys are playing, they have done their homework. They have done their 8
hours
a day.
Digimon the game, Time Stranger.
The thing is, how do you knowledge check a 1 with Lars, right? He's just like figuring stuff out as we go. So I think that's one of the advantages Ulsan has, because, you know, it's like honeymoon phase of this character, I guess, with how he's using it. The sidestep from the 1+2.
So work and breaks the glass. I hope Lee has some insurance.
Damn, Lars might be my least. No, it's not even a question. This is my least favorite character to watch Ulsan play, bro. Between like Dragunov and Reina and who else was he playing? There was another character, but like the Lars, bro. Like, I mean, I'm glad he's winning, but
I think he was really hoping for that wall slide with that second shot, but Ulsan clutches it out there, takes the first round in the second game, and now trying to lock him down once again with that. He went flying. No fly zone, sir. Please land.
Yeah, we can't fly here, but we got the Phoenix Shift 4 once again. That's how he was able to open up Arslan Ash yesterday, so Ulsan can't eat too much of those.
Chikurin trying to play that range 1.5 game. You see, backing up a little bit.
Have you ever watched Soul Eater and would you like it to get the FMA Brotherhood treatment? Right. Yes, I've watched Soul Eater.
Okay, 1+2 gets blocked.
Loved Soul Eater.
We go for a burst on
I would also love for it to get the Brotherhood treatment because I didn't like the ending of the anime, and I would like to see it get loyally and faithfully adapted to the manga. Also, Ulsan is cooking him. Like Chicken is putting up a fight, but he's not getting around right now.
But that low from the entry stance. 1+2 engage, though, to start out the offense for Chikurin.
Chikurin letting it all fly. He knows if he does not take this round, he is going to the loser's side. So you can see he's
also, I
putting it
agree
all on the
with
table, using up his resources.
I enjoyed Sword Art Online, though,
Ulsan
for what it's worth. Oh, the Knicks are hitting shots. Oh, hold up. Pascal for 3.
Heat has to be very careful here. He's got access to lightning. Lars, the god of thunder here. Oh, low. It gets blocked and punished by Ulsan.
We're going to see
Maka custom for your Reyna's 5. Thank you.
Lars is the #1 travel agent. Always book with him. But Clive doesn't seem like he wants to go anywhere at the moment. But he looks like he's in trouble. Back one into the flip over. Running one. Chikurin staying alive.
Shit, Ulsan cooked. I'm not gonna lie.
That Lars travel
Who you got in the finals?
Sending a one-way
OKC and Pacers, with OKC winning in 5 or
quite
6.
Unfortunate there, but what an attempt by Chikurin there. I mean,
Neesmith for 3.
It's just Ulsan able to kind of open him up, cycle through his offense, really find the openings, and kind of pick apart the defenses there.
That's incredible. And again, he has not been playing this character for very long, but he has been playing the game for very long.
Oh, yeah.
So he's one of those players that
I
is so
agree,
fundamentally sound that he can just kind of pick up a character, put the time in, and he is training against
Next, we're going to have
the best
Farzeen
players.
versus Nobi. Prediction going up in the Twitch
just
chat.
reach this point where he's in top 8 running the Lars the whole time.
I think it also helps that, this season, Lars is quite strong. I mean, we're going to see it again because we have Nobi coming up, and he has been using that Lars, so he is going to be another one. And we have yet to see a little bit of adversity being faced by Ulsan, so he's going to be waiting in the wings. And Chikurin, unfortunately, will be sent over to the loser side. So let's see if he's going to make some adjustments. Maybe he just needs a little, needs to sit on some ice or be benched for a bit just to figure out the Lars matchup.
Congrats on the rank up video today. Thank you.
I would not.
I did not expect to win that much in that video, but
everybody.
Yeah, he labs a lot, and I was actually thinking he'd bring out the Lily, but the way Clive is right now, I'm pretty sure
shit. Pacers are starting to hit shots.
Lars might have his Zafina. Heck, maybe
I enjoying the 3DS.
Hey, you never
a
know.
lot.
You never know. Chikurin knows
a lot.
He will find whether it's.
I want to buy more games for it so bad.
Or not, he will find what he feels is one of the most strongest or
but I shouldn't right now.
Optimal characters to use, and he will just work on them intensely. And sometimes it may be what is looked at like a rogue pick. Like
Farzeen, my guy. Farzeen's been playing exceptionally well, so actually would not shock me.
A lot of people kind of dropped him and went somewhere else. But he's like, nah, there's something here. I don't think you guys are seeing it.
There's something cooking here. So we just have to wait to see how Chikurin will be faring on the lower side of things. Now on stage, folks, we have Farzeen versus Nobi. Potential Victor and I would say Lars matchup.
I think so. Now, the last time these guys faced, I believe there was only one major time in tournament, and that was at TWT Finals 2024. So last year, just maybe 6 to 8 months ago, and that went in fast.
Crazy how Nobi dropped Dragunov.
Very strong showing.
Wow.
So let's see if Nobi here with a new
stranger things will happen. Doesn't shock me that much. We tried the Gen 6 games. I'm playing Pokemon X right now as we speak, and I like it quite a lot.
It's just really hard to deal with, especially with veteran players like Nobi, like Ulsan piloting this character. But what I have to say,
the only character I really want to see come back in Tekken is Kunimitsu. I really liked Kunimitsu in Tekken 7.
Very well, so he's gonna have to be very
I know a lot of niggas did not fuck with her, but
Lars here in this matchup. Midnight Siege again. What's going on here?
I think she'd be so sick in this game. Everyone dropped off hard after Gen 6, in my opinion. That's what people say.
Too much.
We gotta keep it chill here.
That's probably true because I hear Sun and Moon are terrible, even though the Ultra games are better. I got them both. But then like all the Switch games for the most part are pretty bad.
But we do see Farzeen able to get the running.
I am looking forward to getting my Switch too, so I can play Scarlet and Violet in a not garbage resolution and frame rate.
To really get some extra pressure, going for the upward swipe. Against
I haven't played Legends. I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
Upward swipe. He's got to be careful. That new move. especially in that EI stance. But Nobi, though, able to play with heat very well, regenerating
Two
it back,
Lars in
but
top
back
8, by the
two,
way.
unable to get him, though.
Noticing.
Big reversal attempt there from Farzeen, but Nobi at range 0 was able to block, didn't press anything in that moment. Farzeen flying in, flying daggers.
Oh,
Could we potentially get a
the
Lars
flash,
mirror
that
match winners final?
Farzeen flash. Able to catch him off guard, so it makes you second guess your timing. And the sidewalk unable to get the launch, though.
Don't let people hate on Gen 7 like that. I
first,
stand by those games being good and a good shakeup from the normal
Nobi
format.
doesn't think so, but goes for the low slap, goes for the ankles. Farzeen slashing back.
I'm gonna be
trying to keep him in the wall.
honest.
Big back for knee into the extended animation.
You can kind of see the differences in the two Lars.
I understand
right? Always go into that time
that when you
try and
have
go
a
for the
long-running
limited entry,
franchise or series like
option there, but
Pokemon,
Farzeen
at some
able to
point,
actually
if you're
pull the
somebody
brakes here
like
on Nobi's
myself who's been
offense.
playing the game
Huge guys
since
that gets
Generation
clipped at the
1,
wall.
you might want to
Nobi
see
having to
something
fight back,
different or
very
change
close on,
up
but
or then
as I
like
say
take a
that,
risk and
Nobi
something like
takes a
that,
big
right?
lead, summons lightning, good friends with Zeus, whiffs on the diving spear, but
But I never really felt that way with
close it
Pokemon,
out
and
with a
maybe it's
toe
because I missed so many of the games that when I
heat
came
on
back, it's
heat,
still,
Nobi
you
was
know,
able to
wasn't
win that
fresh, but I wasn't
exchange.
tired of it yet.
Farzeen
But
now
like,
trying to
I've
get
even
back
been
on the
playing these
board
games
in
like back to
terms
back
of
right now, you know,
rounds.
playing through games I never
Nobi's
played
trying to make his
before.
way in, but Farzine's doing
And,
an amazing job at just keeping him at bay, getting those knife swipes to just.
I kind of just like the Pokemon formula. Like, I'm not opposed to like spin-offs and like different shit. They've obviously done different stuff. Like, two of my favorite games of all time are Coliseum and Gale of Darkness. I think those are two of the best Pokemon games they ever made. But even then, they're really not that different from a regular Pokemon game. They're just like they're just what a mainline game would have been like if it was on a console. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of. I mean, I guess they are different because you're not going like. Well, they're different, but not that different. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stray too far from the classic formula. Anyway, that being said, I haven't played Sun and Moon for myself yet, but like everybody that I personally know that has played it does not like them. But we'll see. I also think like we've had this conversation multiple times, and you know, on recent streams. The absolute most important aspect of any Pokemon game, to me personally, by far, is the dex.
Trying to keep him against the wall, but
And like,
Farzeen retaliates in return.
I've never like looked it up, so
legs.
let me see. I think the dex for those games sucks though, don't it?
Farzeen keeping his momentum, tried to go for that double low strike, but Nobi not having it.
Oh my goodness, able to get the gunshot to close it out. Farzeen means business, ladies and gentlemen.
Excellent work. That was a very close game. The round count didn't
Okay, the
quite
dex
show
itself
and
isn't bad
illustrate
because it has a lot of the
how
older
close those
generation
rounds
Pokemon
were.
in it.
But both of them know
But what I
they're
want to
gonna have
know
to
is
think
which
about
ones are
how they're
new
gonna
to this
adapt in game
generation.
two.
So let me look that up.
Yeah, when it comes to like the macro, the micro sense of things, you really have to look into the intricacies of the back and forth. Nobi, I think, once he got into heat, he really started to feel that momentum. But Farzeen got a little more coming on the approach and the neutral.
That's right, and we're seeing that now. He's coming in, hits him with that counter hit right in the face, taking him downtown to the wall, and gonna get a hefty life lead.
Plus frames and continues on with the up forward 1 series. So now Nobi is gonna have to be very careful how he's gonna utilize this heat.
And he's throwing all the resources in because he wants to keep him here. He's doing a great job. Slowly though, Nobi finding his footing. Excellent counter hit on the low sweep and about to take his
Okay, I'm
turn
looking
back.
through Gen 7's Pokedex right now. Or like all the Pokemon that are new to Gen 7. Most of these are garbage, I'm not gonna lie. There's some good ones in here though.
Alright, excellent work here. Nobi finishes off with
Most
the
of these really suck. Lycanroc is cool.
Gives himself a moment to breathe.
Okay, that is super important here, just to kind of stop the momentum, realign, readjust,
Wow,
and try
it's
to
pretty
reclaim
rough.
this game from
Mimikyu is
Farzeen.
adorable,
One
I
round in the
guess.
hole for Nobi.
You know.
And at the start of the round,
Promo
both
is
of them
cool.
just take turns starting to push, and then they just go back and forth.
Ooh.
They hit elbow.
The legendaries are okay, I
this
guess.
time, but a power crush takes it back, dodges the blizzard. I'm not falling.
Yeah,
for that
most of these
second
are
time.
ass.
Oh, the sidewalk, and able to actually get a good combo.
Are you gonna
here,
try the Gen
even
3
if it's a
remix?
little
Yeah,
off
I have
axis.
Alpha Ruby. Or no, I'm sorry, Omega Ruby.
Nice. Goes for the spin there, limited
right
entry.
here.
At the back four. That's father like son, man. They love just picking people up by the neck and just eating them.
Exactly. So the back four has been money
Lars
so
Mir
far on
finals will
Nobi's
cover it,
side.
bleach my
Farzeen's
eyes.
got to stop this momentum train.
Hey, what can
That
happen?
is Lars.
Nobody's turning it up here in game number 2. Wow, that hit. I thought for sure he got around that. Which base Gen 7 game did you get, by the way? I got regular Sun, and then I got Ultra Moon.
That's crazy. He's
Eventually, I want to
want
collect every version of every
Let's see if
generation,
Nobi can
but you
slow
know.
things down. However, we do
It's a
see
lot of
just
money.
punching him out of the power crushes, and now Nobi trying to open up Farzeen.
He's running the current new Nobi Classic, running one mix for those plus frames in the stance. But Farzeen dealing with it very well, and employing some of his plus frames himself.
Ooh, able to actually... Oh, he actually baited out the back too. And now Farzeen eats lightning for breakfast.
If Gen 10
Nobi
pulled a Gen 5 and had no old Pokemon in the deck, would you hate it on site? No. And that's the thing that I feel like kind of gets like conflated or like misconstrued. A Pokemon game isn't bad to me if it doesn't include old Pokemon, but if you're going to have new ones, they have to be cool. You know, obviously I have sentimental value and nostalgia attached to and tied to some of the older Pokemon. And Pokemon X having older Pokemon from you know, gens like 1 and 2 and stuff in the game does add to it and make it more enjoyable for me. But for Gen 5, I don't think that the dex is ass because it's all new Pokemon. I think it's ass because the new Pokemon all fucking suck. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no cool ones in there. So if Gen 10 is like 150 just brand new Pokemon, I think that's really, really cool. I just hope that I think some of them are dope. You know what I mean? It's really fun and exciting to see all the new designs and all the new catchable Pokemon in a brand new generation of a Pokemon game. So it's that much more disappointing when you're like, damn, I kind of don't have any interest in any of these. Going big on Scraggy and Scrappy? Fuck no.
Similarly on health, but Farzeen a little bit of a life.
Not liking Gen 5 is crazy to me. That dex is garbage. Everything about those games is really good except the dex. The dex is the worst of any game I've played so far, I think.
And that downward backhand. Lars is amazingly strong. Started the round with it, but Farzeen, whoa. Is like, nah, hit me.
Axris is sick though. Oh, you mean the Pokemon that you can't catch until you're already on Victory Road and the game is over? Yeah, he's really cool.
Got him to the wall. Huge combo here and still full of resource.
Oh my god, still keep the lightning going. The lightning storms continue on with that mid and Nobi. Excellent response in round number 2.
Perfectly even.
All right, one round apiece here in the final game.
So far, running 3 for the plus frames, but Farzeen low jab to stop any momentum coming his way.
I like how they're just stealing turns from each other, just making sure they know the timing of each other. So just constantly checking, right? So Farzeen still got to get some damage on the board here to keep things competitive.
Come on, guys. You got to learn to share. Take your turns, man. What's going on?
No, this is my turn.
Come on, man. You got to learn to share. All right, now big spike of the lightning.
Which Gen 7 starter do you think you're going to go with? What are the starters in Gen 7 again? Is that Rowlet?
Wow, from back turn, and also the wall was his friend that time, but Farzeen unfortunately couldn't capitalize. Still continue on. He's going to
I'm probably going to pick Rowlet.
What do we got?
I'd say probably. I will 100% be picking Rowlet.
Running one, goes for the double downward strikes, but Farzeen fighting back with that challenge to get to set point.
Here we have it, folks. Farzeen at set point. Nobi trying to fight back.
More Nobi. There you go.
Down below.
Make it interesting. Let's take this to a final round.
And again, he's in.
Oh, I didn't think that was going to get off in time.
That down back 4 hit off the guns, and Farzeen trying to close this one out here.
It's a gun show right now. Don't bring lightning to a gun.
Yeah, Decidueye is honestly to me like one of the best starters all time.
Trying to capitalize as much as he can. Plus frames.
Look at all the gray life, dog. Oh my god. Stance into stance into stance into stance into damn.
Strike on the sword to close it.
Good shit, Farzeen.
Farzeen. We blinked and he just brought it back.
Obliterated the life. The way he was able to make that happen. Amazing.
I don't know. Way Farzeen been playing, man.
Moving on. Gonna face Ulsan, sending Nobi to the loser side.
Okay. Nobi going to losers. That's a dangerous place for everyone else in losers to be.
Infernip is also an all-timer.
Infernip is. You can actually argue it's just a
how niggas feel about Blaziken is how I feel about Infernip. Infernip is actually like one of the coolest ones.
Oh, that was all right. Let's talk. I want to think about that one for a second. So there was a lot of opportunities where Farzeen definitely knows enough about that matchup where he was able to challenge at opportune points. He didn't usually get hit counter on situations where, oh, bro, you shouldn't be pressing your super minus or whatever. Yeah. He challenged at decent places, and it made it more difficult for Nobi to be able to employ the game he's been running against everybody else and found successful.
Yeah.
Especially on those, he was threatening with those parries, those reversals, the Farzeen flash, and he made him hesitate a few times, and he did. I think that extra layer of hesitation did help Farzeen out.
And usually, when we talk about Nobi, he's offense personified, right? He wants to be the aggressor. He wants to bully the pace. But Farzeen just adds that layer with the flash, and also the down back 4. That was super well timed. He wasn't really going to the well too much about it, but when he did, it definitely counted.
That was pivotal. So. He chose the exact moment. And then again, that goes back into, okay, is he going to start using it now, or is it just then? And then you got to start worrying about it. But amazing work. We'll see both of those guys back on soon. But right now we have Arslan.
People
Ash.
be sleeping on my guy Torterra. easily one of the best grass type designs ever. Damn, because I think that's just honestly just not even just as far as grass types go. I think that's just one of the worst starters ever.
Yeah, Japan versus Pakistan. So it seems like it's.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize it.
Anyway.
My bad. Japan versus Pakistan.
We got the Kazuya GOAT Keisuke versus Arslan Ash.
But Japan versus Pakistan is starting to become more and more, as more Japanese players are traveling a lot. We're seeing a lot more of that talent show itself, and that rivalry start cooking up.
Start to bloom, I would have to say, and the Japan players have been showing up. Nobi, Chikurin, as well as Keisuke, both qualifying for
So
EWC.
pissed about
and
Chespin.
also here
All right,
at
Chespin
top
actually
eight.
Chespin himself
If I
is
look at the
fucking. I love him.
leaderboards in
He's just a
terms
little
of
guy.
this
Like
one,
Chespin
it
is
is
adorable.
Arslan Ash
I think he's
at
super
10th
cool.
place.
And Qualaden is
30
questionable.
points
I don't even
in
remember the name of
You know, still looking
Chespin's
to get
final
more
Evo,
points.
but that
He's gonna
shit
get
is
110
actually worse than
points at
Torterra.
44th. Again, this is
That's
just the
one of the
start
worst
the World
ones
Tour,
for sure.
But you can kind of see where
Ever played any
Japan is
3DS Pokemon games where they
slowly
worth
making a
playing?
name for
Yeah, I would
themselves
say so.
and inserting
I'm having
themselves
fun
in the
playing them.
group chat, you know?
Well, I've only played one actual
Look at this
3DS
guy.
Pokemon
I
game
mean,
so
now
far, and that's
he's here,
Pokemon
dude.
X,
He's in
and
the
I
group
really
chat
like it.
Friday
So.
night. Now, we're back. We're back at this stage. I'm loving it today.
It's always the start. It's always Midnight Siege. But I would have to say extra urgency in this match, Brownman, since it is losers top 8.
Yes, there's a lot on the line.
I just realized I had the stream at max volume, so it was probably a little bit hard to hear me at
That is
times.
so sick.
That's
my
real
fault.
snakeskin, bro. That's white.
All right, excellent punish. Pistons. Now, Kazuya, traditionally, it is hard for him to fight against characters like Nina, who are super agile, super pokey. Don't give him the space to start using his best.
I like Tepig. I hate his
The map
Evos.
wall explosion, able to keep Arslan Ash at bay, but he is known to live in this type of territory. Keisuke needs to kill and kill now, and that's what he did.
Amazing work, and they used that heat dash to really use the plus frame into the stature kick, and Arslan was not ready, but as you give Arslan more time, he's going to start working out Keisuke's timing.
Ooh, we walk in, we tour in the Midnight Siege, says Keisuke. So now Arslan Ash fighting back for center advantage here, and let's see if he can make the most out of this real estate.
Now you can see Arslan intercepting, interrupting, and using off timing to stop Keisuke's offense. He felt something in the first round. He's like,
Favorite
okay, I think
water
I've got a
starter design so far?
Rough read on your rhythm.
I mean, the best
So
water
start using
starter is
that, but
Greninja.
Keisuke fighting
Like, it
back,
just is what it
activating
is.
Going full devil mode. Got the wings.
Unable to actually get the crowd gasping, but Keisuke unfortunately unable to capitalize on that. Arslan Ash showing him the gun show, while Keisuke, ooh, the rage unfortunately not going to be used. Big low by Arslan Ash to close it out.
You got a big track there with that counter hit low. Now 1 round apiece. Oh, gets that electric on the trade. Had extra frames to work with as well. Taking this one to the wall. Let's see what
Duwad
kind of
had
he
so much
gets.
potential and then they
Ends up with
fumbled it.
the guns
Samurot's a really cool Pokemon,
I
but
love
what's
the Melbourne crowd. They are reacting to all the electrics, all
Greninja
the
over
big swings from
Blastoise?
Arslan Ash and Keisuke.
I mean, I got mad love for
Taking the Melbourne-
Blastoise, but
that
I think
Melbourne
Greninja's a
Tekken
little bit
City
cooler.
Ends up with the laser.
Blastoise is probably a close second for me, though.
X-Ray, we keep going here, says Arslan Ash.
Napoleon's
Conquers
okay.
The life, holding on to the heat as well.
This is going to be a rough situation for Keisuke. He gets stepped on. Back to the wall, back to the corner. Arslan very good at locking you down, moving to the side.
Ooh.
Dropped
Oh my
it.
Down
goodness.
forward to electric.
Big opening for Arslan Ash to make this comeback happen. He does
Damn,
have the
that
life
could've
lead.
been the-
Goes for the rage art. Caught him pressing.
Going for the electric punish there is insane.
He should not have gone for that. In
But I guess when
theory,
you're the GOAT.
but I think you got to follow your gut sometimes, and you think if you.
I guess this is his only choice, huh?
Damage to your opponent.
Rage Arts are only minus 15, so it's either electric. I mean, yeah, it's really electric or nothing. If you wanted to guarantee that you get the kill there.
All right, we're going to use the electricity, folks. Let's leave the air conditioning on at night.
All right, 2 rounds to 1. Keisuke in the lead. Arslan was looking very strong after that first round that Keisuke took, but Keisuke finding his footing and coming back.
Ooh, 1-1s, getting ducked. Oh, big block from Arslan Ash. Let's see him make this comeback happen. Trying to push for the wall.
Going to be a hefty one. Takes it over there, activates heat. Now has a lot of situations that are available to him. Nice duck, and again,
Ooh.
locking him down.
True, and this is where Nina's wheelhouse, right? You want to play the smothering game. You want to pepper in some lows, some mids. But Keisuke does have the rage. Oh my goodness, able to actually use the dash to keep things safe.
This is looking like an Arslan round, but anything from Keisuke could start it in the other direction.
All right, final
But
round,
Arslan
game
able
1.
to close it out to take it to final round of game 1.
Changing up the conversation just when you think you have all the answers, Arslan Ash changes the question. But
Nice.
the sidestep in response for Keisuke.
That was a big read there with that step and excellent punish. Now giving Keisuke momentum to potentially
Vortex.
take this last round.
Okay, we continue on here. Big damage
Do it again.
on
Hell
the board
sweep.
for Keisuke.
Oh, my fault. Don't listen to me. I'm a scrub. There's a reason you're up there and I'm not.
Arslan Ash to gain all this health back as well as pop heat.
And that's the thing. You got to risk it for the biscuit. You're going to live and die.
Oh, no. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been.
Clips him. I think Arslan was hoping to whiff punish that spring kicks, but it did clip him on the side.
Did, but Arslan Ash still holding on to this heat. Nice interruption from Keisuke, not allowing Arslan Ash to even
Nice
use
punish.
the heat. He does have access to rage. Jab pressure coming
Stay
from
solid.
Arslan
Stay
Ash.
solid. Stay solid. Stay
Arslan
solid.
goes
Stay
with that
solid.
down forward 1-2, getting those strings, trying to catch Keisuke slipping, but goes under the jab. He's gone for that.
Oos.
One more hit's all he needs.
Keisuke takes game number 1.
First game against Arslan Ash.
You gotta give it up to these guys. They are betting it all in the final seconds. Big low after a big low. Quite the back
Arslan's
and forth
defense is so
experience
good.
here. You see how Keisuke and Arslan
But I mean,
Ash
you
get up,
if
they
you
feel
realize,
the
you know,
job
Arslan's
not over
defense is
yet.
what made him
Still
so
along the
hard
line since
for
this
Knee
is
to
the
beat.
loser's side of things.
Or is what made him so.
If
What am I trying to say? Arslan's defense is why Knee struggled so much to beat him back in Tekken 7. And then you'll realize that if you look early on, I want to say when Arslan came on the scene, Knee was still playing Paul mainly, right? And then eventually he started playing like Devil Jin and Kazuya. And was going to Kazuya, he was like, well, I just got a 50-50 this nigga. Like everyone, like if I can just mix him up, like if he got to guess just like everybody else, you know what I mean? So, which is funny. Now we play Tekken 8, where it's like it's just a constant guessing game. But Arslan obviously still wins a lot, but isn't quite as dominant, even though he did still win Evo, right? So.
And what Arslan is doing, it's a game of volume, right? Offense after offense, testing out the defense, making Keisuke move, overextend here, but the 1-1-2 finds its mark, gets the mid option as well.
Nice. Kick a bit out of range. Was hoping to get him on the ground.
True. More jab pressures. The big wipe
Oh
the
my
floor
God.
to follow it up. Final seconds. Arslan
Nice
looking
down
for the
jab,
finish,
spends the
but
heat.
Keisuke,
What's
he's
the
gotta
mix?
make something happen, but
Got
walks
him.
into the 2-hit string for Arslan Ash to take round 1.
Those down forward string variations are super strong against Kazuya, where most characters actually, because it really locks him down, as mentioned before. And Keisuke just struggling to deal with it at the moment because he needs a big movement to get out of the way. It's going to be difficult to punish Arslan Ash on a whiff.
Nice.
He's able to find that whip. And
He needs to get space and then come in. But if he's stuck at range 0, he needs to make those hard
the
reads
wall.
to step or
Bam,
done
bam,
something
95
when Arslan
damage
makes
for
a
your head to.
mistake.
Oh,
Arslan's
what
trying
the
to keep it
fuck?
really tight at the moment.
he is
The break on the
lucky to let
throw,
go
back to the
move, but it
wall.
seems like he has the corner
Didn't
advantage.
break that
Goes
one,
for the
counter hit
grab,
throw.
protects it, though.
If at first you don't
Coming
succeed,
in.
try again.
Both of them were approaching.
Watch your
Arslan knew
ankles.
Keisuke might go for the electric, snuffed it
Gonna
out
be able to
first
block in
with the
time.
1-2 not giving him
Does
a
heat, spends the
Okay,
dash.
Keisuke had to spend the heat, but Arslan Ash dashes in retaliation. Tries to go for the DF pressure. Can he actually open up Keisuke here? Keisuke back dashing for his life.
And tracking him, he knows he's like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to stagger the time,
No.
I'm going to track you, and then do it again and again and again.
Wow.
Rinse and repeat, and 2 rounds. Again, he has kept stronger to his game plan this time, taking far less risk. Again, going for the down 4-2 electric, evidently, but not working out the second time. Maybe a third time's a charm. I don't know.
Houndoom is
Arslan
still
playing
super
his game.
dope.
Yeah, he's actually Arslan Ash wants Keisuke to buckle under.
Every
the
game that
pressure
has
he's putting
Houndoom in it,
on.
I always want to
It
use him.
always whittles
But
down to the
I'm
final
not
round.
using him in
Stiletto
X.
heal,
I'm
but the
going
response
for
was an electric.
using
Keisuke
Pyro.
needs to get
Samurai,
his
I'm trying to
pound
use
of
new
flesh for
shit.
the sequence.
And that was a good opportunity for Keisuke.
Whoa.
Very tempting to use
Again,
Houndoom
as I
though.
was saying, when Keisuke is stuck at range 0, it's Arslan's territory.
Yes.
When he's given the opportunity to move back and even just
Oos.
an extra few inches,
Watch your
he can
ankles.
use that electric, use that
Watch
weight
them
down,
ankles.
close the distance before Arslan's able to get something on.
Keisuke's making the approach, leading the stance. He finds that electric, but Arslan able to duck under that high, continuing the combo here to find the wall and also pop that heat.
That's a nice tail spin here. Trying to lock him down. He wants to
Like
close
his
this
mega?
out.
Yeah, that's
Taking the
alright.
second game, the guns are
Pretty
flying,
cool.
the bullets are flying. You got the X-ray into the wall.
I fear that's game.
Arslan
Able to get the last round.
All
here
right,
to
tie things up.
tie
What game
the
apiece?
game.
Arslan looked like he made a lot of great
Ladies and
adjustments in that
gentlemen,
game.
Number 3. One of these players will be sent out of the top 8.
That's going to be rough. Oh, man. I think for a lot of people, they were maybe expecting Arslan to be more dominant in the set, but Keisuke has definitely done his homework and has really tuned up his game and tightened up over the last maybe six to 8 months. So right now, we're seeing a new Keisuke.
Yeah, definitely. Ivory Cutter to start things
But
out.
here as
Making
well.
Arslan actually step on the gas a little more, add more bullets
Uh,
to this arsenal. 1-1-2 finds him in as the approach.
I mean,
now it's
off the
Keisuke
top of my head, he's whatever
operate on his
tier is
wheelhouse
probably
of
below
offense.
top tier.
Nice. We're going under some of these jabs, getting very mobile. Again, hard left walks here from Arslan, the traditional way to step in Mishima, and it is very effective at the moment. What has Keisuke got in store to stop
Ooh, he's walking right.
Like,
trying
whatever
to
you think the
realign
top tiers
himself
are,
towards the wall,
I'd put
forcing the
Hwadong
heat
in
to
the
come
tier
out of
below
Arslan.
that.
Let's see how Keisuke will
Nothing
respond in
amazing
return.
happens here.
Goes for
Yo,
some
2010
mid-options.
Viper, thank you for the
Arslan
14
with a
months.
great
Greatly
punish.
appreciate
Keisuke
that.
looks like he's really banking on 1-2 extension, so he's trying to throw out that down 4-2 to catch with the counter hit.
I'm doing good, and I hope you're doing even
Excellent
better.
Whiff punish there, goes for the spinning
Oops.
demon.
Oh, I thought he was
Yup,
going to get the wall
able to
there,
get
way
that
further than I
sidestep
thought, though.
Option, but Arslan Ash trying to put the brakes there. 1-2s. Oh,
Nice
able to get the
block.
And that punish. Final sequence for both these
Great
players
punish.
and the final seconds.
They solid. Oh, his ankles. Fuck.
Arslan Ash keeping composed. Honestly, I was like, yo, Keisuke might throw
W
that hell sweep.
downplay?
I don't know if Arslan's
How's
gonna
that
block.
down? I just
don't
said the
know, maybe
nigga's
just
really
find him.
good. That's
Let's see if he's gonna go
downplay?
to the option. Ivory cutter to continue
Because I said he's
the
not
trade
top
in
tier,
favor
that's
of no one.
downplay?
Keisuke needs to make this approach happen, but as he comes in, just like a moth to a flame, Arslan Ash finds the launch.
Gets a good splat there, activating that heat, trying to close this round out. Spikes him down, goes for the upper.
Ooh.
And that heat activation.
Love the movement, able to get the lasers, and now we see him trying to move. Duck and dive and goes for the dash in. Wow, hell sweep's coming out, Brown.
Breaking out the hell sweep in case of emergency, uses the statue kick, gets a little bit of plus frames, but a bit far away. Down forward,
Listen,
1-4
Arsenal loses. I
into the
forget. I have to
stomp
check the bracket.
to make a point, even on rounds, even on games.
In this game,
All right,
get
one round
any more
apiece.
evenly matched, folks. Arslan Ash, Keisuke fighting for
It
their tournament lives here at
was-
the Battle Arena, Melbourne.
Woo! Spun around.
Chikurin.
Yo, he's honorable. He won't hit you when your back's turning. He'll wait till you turn around to hit you.
No, I want to hit you in while you're facing me, folks. That is what Keisuke is saying, but Arslan Ash, though, fighting back here.
Sends him over, trying to lock him down somewhere closer to the wall.
Ooh.
Statue kick, good block.
Nice. Able to actually block the lows, the 1-1-2s. Trying to go for some corner pressure from Keisuke.
So stagger timing.
Oh,
into
what a
up
whiff
three,
punish.
but the sidewall saved Arslan.
Quick
then
little
get
52.
Slip out a little bit.
Nice.
Down forward, 3+4.
Follow up.
Okay.
Punish.
Now Stiletto heals inbound. Keisuke has some rage to work with.
I thought for sure that electric was about to hit. With punish and the ankles again. Arslan closing out a lot of these rounds with lows.
I'm seeing some of these down forward twos from Keisuke. They're starting to look like he's electric timing, so I'm not sure if he's missing some of the options he's looking for, but right now he's one round away from getting knocked out at band 15. Arslan
Come on,
trying to go
Keisuke.
back to his
I know you can
style
take this
of
to a
working
final
the
round.
best.
Oh, no.
True cautionary hazard if you're using such a high execution character like Kazuya, but
Well-
Arslan Ash finding the opening here. He is definitely dominating the early seconds of this round. How will Keisuke make a comeback here?
Using a lot of plus frames.
Now we continue on Stiletto heal after Stiletto
Got
heal.
some
We
bad
continue on
news.
with the dash in.
Got some bad news, Keisuke
Has
fans.
to use up the heat, has to use up the rage. Unable to get the mid check here.
And there we go.
I think Arslan closed out every round with a low.
Keisuke, he's still thinking about that one. He's still
Damn.
seeing
Processing.
what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what went through Arslan Ash's head when he was computing the adjustments, like maybe more offense, keep him in check, like he pointed out. I like how he said the approach
Well
was
played,
more for Keisuke,
Arslan
but once
Ash.
Arslan Ash has closed that distance, he's really able to dictate the pace of that dance. And I mean, I guess it's cautionary hazard if you're working with Kazuya. Like the execution has to be on point.
All right,
with
next
a lot
match will
on
be
the line.
Rangchu
You have to
versus
be able
Ni.
to make sure you are on point with everything that you do or execute.
I'm curious because I do want to ask him about that later. Those down forward 2 timings felt very similar to his electrics, as I mentioned, and they were at a distance. I'm like, maybe we'll just keep that electric. I'll ask him later. I know, as Mishima struggles sometimes. But
You would know. But man, these matches have been so intense, and if you guys want to check out the VODs, check out the highlights, check us out streaming, you check us out at Tekken and at BNE Sports on X, and for the VODs, it's at YouTube at BNE Sports. And man, how can people know about the Tekken World Tour? Where do they gotta go?
well, they got to look at.
TekkenWorldTour.com, ladies and gentlemen. That's where you gotta go to get the latest and greatest news with anything related to Tekken and the World Tour. You can see the points there. You can see where the next Challenger events, where the dojo is. Sign up as well. We need to see your points. We're looking at you guys.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
You've been noticing. Some of you guys have points. You didn't look at it. But we'll let you guys go do that now. You're in timeout. Go over there. Catch you guys soon.
beloved rhythm games, Patapon 1 and 2 are back together in one bundle. Patapon 1 plus 2 Replay. Hopelessly lost and full of despair, the Patapon sent out their bravest in search of the holy drum. With the legendary drum in hand, guide the Patapons as the new mighty one to Earthend. Advance, full speed ahead. Attack, ready, aim, fire. Connect combos with various commands. Got the fever! The original fun is still there.
If the Knicks don't make the finals, they're a bottom 5 team that's trash. Doesn't matter what their record says. Hey, well, it's all tied up right now in this game 6, so.
With delicate and mysterious Patapons, let's make some noise for fever time. We're waiting for your drum tones. Patapon 1 plus 2 Replay.
Arslan's the GOAT. I will no longer deny it. Niche still my GOAT, but you know, Arslan is up there. Tyrese, use the devil magic and my life is yours. Knicks have such an ass offense, but the pace is too slow and favoring them. And we'll see, the Pacers tend to pick it up as it goes along, so. I forget his name, but it's the Pat Steve player. Need an Ash. The Pat Steve player. Definitely got a new game. That game's been out for months. That was one of the first videos we did on the squad channel. Who do you think will reach the grand finals? If I were to guess right now, Ulsan and Arslan. Is my guess. Big three from Obi Toppin. Oh, when you said Pat, you meant Pakistan. Well, yeah, I could have said Numan then. I didn't know what you meant by Pat. Yeah, Knee's still in the bracket. His match is actually coming up next.
And welcome back, folks, to some top 8 Tekken action here at Battle Arena Melbourne. Parched by some Brown Man at your service for this one, and we're still at the loser side of things. Tell me about this next match we're about to see, Brown Man.
We're gonna see Rangchu versus.
Wish I could see more Leroy Smith in these top 8s, but it's always the same characters. I don't think it is. I think the only times you see the same characters is because it's, you know, some of the same players always making it, you know. You see Knee a lot in top 8, Ulsan, Arslan.
Keisuke figured out it was 2-1. Now
You know,
we're heading
Rangchu.
towards our
I mean, we look at the
last
bracket,
percent
you've
of
got
losers round 1. It is going to be Rangchu versus Knee. The winner will have.
You got
the
2 large
prize
players.
for
You got
facing
Brian.
Chikurin.
You've
If
got
that is a prize,
Panda.
this gauntlet of
You got
back and stack Tekken matches really never
Victor.
stopped here at Battle Arena Melbourne. We have our 2 Titans on stage already.
Back at the bracket. Kazuya,
Both of these boys
Nina.
are
That's a decent
extremely
amount. There's
strong
only one
in-
repeat
in
character.
amazing form.
And it's
I
a
think
character
Rangchu's a
who,
little bit behind
prior
on-
to this
on
patch, you
performance
really
at the moment in
didn't
the points
ever
if
see
you
in
look at
top
the
8.
points total.
Oh yeah.
But Knee got a big boost from me. But
Knee's like top 3. Knee right
Big
now
shot,
is at
Tyrese.
second place with 100,
Took his time with that one.
1,100 points, while Rangchu is at
I don't know
ninth
what happened
place,
to the Knicks on defense there, letting Tyrese have a shot
395.
that
You
open.
did talk about the disparity, the first, the third.
Yeah, Tibbs did
everyone
not
else,
like that shit. He
but
called timeout
my
immediately.
goodness, big back
Nothing.
Yo,
one
scared
from
gun. Thank you
Mike
for the 5
MC.
months. Greatly
Unable to
appreciate it.
capitalize,
All right,
but
we got
still
Knee
on
versus
Rangchu's
Panda.
side.
Well, yes, but Knee versus Rangchu. Brian versus Panda.
we were talking about
Punish.
the stage
Big counter hit
before
back
as well.
one.
Another chopping elbow.
Midnight. Oh god.
I think this is the
Oh
official
my God, he gets the wall
BAM
blast.
15 stage.
Yeah, that is
And then the heat
true.
burst. Bam.
Now you
Bam, bam,
see
bam, bam.
able to
Oh,
get
not
the bullet,
quite.
but unable to
Oh
finish
my
the
God,
combo,
he's
but still
fucking
he
dead.
slats Rangchu.
And Knee has assigned Rangchu to that specific
Sheesh.
wall.
Stay there. Timeout. You're in timeout.
Time out. Big Bear in Bumblebee costume. This is we call this here the Benson fit. Our
Oh,
local players.
shout out Benson
That's
the
the one.
Bug. Let's go. X-Ray as well. Hey, Brown Man, would you rather face a brown bear or panda?
I don't know. What about a coyote though?
I'll take my chances on the bears, folks.
Understandable.
So now, able to get the low sweep. Goes for the power crush, but now, nice escape by Knee.
All right, spacing it. Now Knee's. I think that was the biggest period of time that Knee didn't press a button on offense just then, and it did cost him that. Rangchu taking the second round.
So still a back and forth battle we go. Remind me again on the, wow, okay, later on, like the results are like the matchup knowledge they have on each other. Another bear bite here just for the X-ray, but still early in life, it's still all good.
Goes to the Big Bear X. Activates heat, trying to fight back. Down forward for a stubby leg, but did reach the distance. Goes to the mini hop kick. Excellent punish from Knee. Has heat, trying to push him against that wall.
Okay, cannonball strike just for more plus frames. Got to duck that. Oh, trying to go for some taunt pressure. The movement. The lie
Wow,
down,
that
the
was so
back
smart from
throw. What is
Rangchu.
going
Holy
on?
shit.
He went for a nap, rolled over, some drunken master
Big counter hit, though.
technology. But
They can
here we
cut him
go,
out of a
Knee
hell sweep.
trying to take it back to the wall, and you saw what Brian's like to do with the wall.
that was
and
weird.
a lot of big body stuff happening here.
Ooh, cannonball strike once again for more pressure, but
Panda better than
able
Kuma
to
now? Most
close
people would
it
say
out,
so,
putting
yeah.
Finishing touches here to take round number 3.
Which is probably,
Dash on his
you know,
corpse to assert his dominance, crazy work. But now absolutely
favorable
ragdolling this
or
man.
preferred by Rangchu. I think he
Always
likes
starting out
Panda
the
more than
round
Kuma
like
anyway.
that. So let's see if it's going to catch on,
Nice.
but an orbital well placed is going to find its mark, and Knee now pushing for the wall.
And had to use a shorter combo there to take that wall and get a good splat. Excellent wall combo again, just threatening with that taunt. Hasn't been successful so far, but all it takes is one.
Very
Heat
nice.
smash, jumping Knee and a huge life lead.
So quick on the trigger there, but we're going swim into the Midnight Siege. Rangchu taking out the beach ball, but Knee with a life advantage, significant lead here, and also pressure, but the bear hell sweep, folks.
Big commitment. You saw Knee
like Tekken has the worst stages in the series. Nah, that's Tekken 7. Stages in Tekken 7 fucking suck.
Wow.
Arctic Snowfall might be the absolute worst stage in all of Tekken.
Yeah, able to actually
Brimstone and Fire
body,
fucking sucked.
Not to the advantage of Rangchu.
What other stages did I hate in that game?
Siege. Really good pressure. A lot of the damage did excel back against the
There's
wall
more.
here.
I just can't think of the names right now.
With the Kuma here, you know, he's smarter than your average bear.
I hear that. I don't know.
I like a lot of the stages in Tekken 8.
Be in the fight, the face punching business.
That is true. I don't know. Let's see how smart he is going up against Brian here. Changing out the beach ball for the salmon and electric.
Nah, I've never done shit in the fight lounge.
Electric Salmon sounds like a sick band, I'm not gonna lie. Extra plus frames on that downward strike. Now Knee, just a bit cautious, spacing out, waiting for.
You like Violet Systems?
What type of style Rangchu's trying to play this time?
Drew trying to go for those swipes down below. Goes for the heat. Oh
Kinda
my
boring.
God, walked into that counter, that Knee.
Well, I think that's his namesake.
Drew living up to that. Oh, unable to follow up though, still holding up the Snake Eyes and the heat. Goes for the Salmon Smash, but Knee gets swiped before you go for the Cannonball Strike.
Again, rolls
That
away.
kind of sucked.
This
Yeah,
seems
it's definitely not my
scripted.
favorite. Like I said, I think Tekken 7 has the worst stages.
But you got to close out the rounds, Rangchu. Can he actually find the finish?
Alright, let's go with the Snake Eyes.
And then
and
what's the one joint called?
Getting on the board.
Yeah,
the stage with the multiple
stopping
breakable
a lot of the
floors that King
offensive,
players always pick.
tips of any of the players this week for the 2-1s, but
Forgotten Realm, I think it is. That fuck that stage. I hate the lighting on that stage. Also, just like fighting King on that stage.
Perfect timing.
Oh, nice wake-up option there by Rangchu. Knee able to get the elbow and push for the wall once again. Not much life on Kuma's side.
Gets the doesn't charge it up there.
Okay.
Back to the wall though, Rangchu in trouble, and Knee just using that lateral movement.
Ooh, gets the electric and the bear swipe here just to add more pressure. We're going coast to coast, folks, courtesy of Rangchu.
Like that big butt bump there, huge damage. Rangchu fighting back. Ooh, went for the Brian electric, but nobody.
All right, Rangchu turning up here in the second game.
Bear breath. Yep, true. Bear's breath turns the floor purple here. Engage once again. Bear electrics. Beware.
The start of the set, Knee was finding great success with the chopping elbow.
Yeah.
He's gone back to it a few times since and just run.
Pac-Man will also have multiple floor breaks. Yeah, but at least that stage looks cool.
Much reward as before.
At least that's how I feel about it right now. We'll see once it's actually in the game.
He's able to go for the counter hit, and now Knee activating the heat and also activating the floor break.
Yeah, Vermilion Gates was the best Tekken 7 stage. That shit was really cool.
Got that heat ready to go, but Rangchu fighting back. No resource of his own, but uses that grab break.
I'm also not a big fan of Infinite stages.
Unlimited Snake Eyes, you want to roll that.
So like I kind of like Infinite Azure 1 and 2 because like they look really pretty, but
Cannonball strike.
I don't actually like Infinite stages very much. Like those stages kind of like were pretty and then also had like some of the best music in the game. So you know. And I think Tekken 7 soundtrack was garbage.
Or Rocket Salmon.
Like I think Tekken 7 had some of the worst stages and easily the worst soundtrack in all of Tekken. That shit fucking sucks.
Shout out to Rangchu, able to actually tie things up. Again, big implications for this matchup, folks, because they are fighting for their tournament lives.
And we did see
I don't know who that shit is like, who the target demographic was with that garbage ass soundtrack, but it wasn't me.
Their score currently, as far as the official tournaments are concerned, Rangchu 2, Knee 4 in sets. And their last set was at Evo Japan. Most of you probably saw it was 0-2 Knee's way. He was on fire that day. Let's see if Rangchu can start.
Did you watch VDX's video on Tekken Music recently? Nah, I didn't.
Or will history repeat itself, right? Knee starting out with some conservative offense, but let's see some bear G-clef cannons here.
Going for it. There goes the bear stance, spikes him down.
All right, Knee, clutch up, boy.
Didn't get the hit confirm he might have been looking for, but still in a reasonable position.
Yo, he throwing paws, jabs, electrics. Let's keep him at the wall, folks.
The butt damage at the end. Looking to close it out.
Nice low parry.
Clutch, low parry. Trying to get a big combo here.
Nice. Gets the wall break as well. Activation station. And we see Knee pushing for the wall here. Charge it
Oh
up.
my good.
Ooh, didn't get what he was looking for. Maybe perhaps got an up forward 4 instead of up forward 3+4. And might be paying for it here. Goes into bear stance.
That just cost him the round and potentially the game.
Beware of bears, folks. That was crazy. Finding the opening there. Unfortunately, unable to get the orbital. Got to be able to know what combo to do for the bear bodies. But we do see another can for the hip smash here to stop the offensive knee.
Who allowed a bear to move like this? Heihachi.
That was a very good.
You can blame Heihachi for that.
He had a feeling, and he's been hitting a few of those. He's very good at that. Tries to get a bear X near the wall. Going for those lows. Knee again chipping as well.
Yeah, who says bears can't kick? You got hell sweeps, you got cans, and now this bear looks like he might have the wall. He has this electric though. Rangchu looking real strong in round number 2.
No.
Bear breath.
Not like this.
Close out with the bicycle kick into the spike down. And here we go.
Come
this
on,
might
knee.
be set point here for Rangchu.
Trying to just jab his way for the offense. Blocks the low hatchet kick attempt by Knee. How will Knee make this comeback? He is known for this, but the wake up by Rangchu.
Thinks he's the Undertaker out here.
We do an abs day, yeah,
brother.
exactly. Rising.
All right, going for it. He's got that heat. He wants to make it hurt, and he does.
GG, yeah.
That big heat bear electric, and that's to potentially break a wall. No, slides him down.
Bears,
takes the
man.
free damage.
Rangchu's so good though.
One more hit is all he needs. 3+4 tried to keep him out. The Salmon's out of
Wait
here.
a minute!
Big Brian Electric might break that wall, as I mentioned before.
And he actually do it though. Okay, goes for the Vulcan Buster.
Hold.
Keeps the real estate advantage. Has
Hold!
And charges it up, folks. Rangchu and
Oh shit, it's not over yet.
Snake Eyes and
Wait.
but unable to get it though.
Runs in with the bear stand,
Okay.
but Knee
Hold
keeps
on.
him out with the
Hold
force
on.
of Snake Eyes.
Hold on. That's my god.
The board and staying alive. 2 rounds to 1 at the moment. Starting off the round with the bear stance, goes for the plus frame charge.
Full advantage here from Rangchu, still at set point here. Knee still living on a prayer and hanging by a thread here. He needs to stay alive here, slow things down, and find
There we go. Knee was tying his shoes and saw a high.
It's the wall.
Punished it, and now
Heat burst.
on his
Bam.
way to
Bam.
potentially
Bam. 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 Bam.
round. Big machine gun punches at the wall. Heat smash.
Heat smash.
Trying to keep him there.
Low. Charge it up on him.
Okay, now it's
Charge it
Rangchu's
up.
turn.
What the fuck?
Off axis. Trying to go for some electrics. He doesn't have Snake Eyes or Heat, so this is Rangchu's
It's okay.
big
It's not okay.
opportunity to
It's
go for
okay.
the Salmon Smash.
Salmon smash in and he's
Stay calm. Stay
running
calm.
forward to him. He goes underneath the mid.
It goes under
Anybody's
that. Why
game
does
at the
that go
moment.
under
Dashing
that?
each other's face. Knee trying to check with the down forward. One.
No.
He punished the grab with his own grab.
Able to get the victory.
Fuck.
Beware of bears.
Well played, Rangchu.
Bears here, and bam, and Rangchu sending Knee out of this tournament. But Knee sitting well.
Fucking
with
hate the
points.
Bears.
I'm pretty sure top 8 placement is still very good in terms of the leaderboard standings.
Well, amazing. That was crazy. We need to chill for a second. That was insanity. That could have been anyone's game. And again, Knee was looking very strong early on.
Yeah.
Really had his timing, got those counter hits, and Rangchu was just able to bring it back. And one thing that I've always noted with Rangchu is, for whatever reason, he's very good at either reacting or just having the feeling for when big lows are coming.
Yeah, he does.
He punished quite a lot of hatchets, and I think for a lot of the light ones, he's like, look, I don't want to have to employ the mind game anti-strat to deal with. So I'll just let a lot of these lows go, and then just worry about other things.
Yeah, and then when push comes to shove, he's able to actually capitalize on that. One thing I also like noticing is his jab timing is just so good with the keep out. His 2-1's really good. And like you said, man's the Undertaker. The way he just wakes up and knows. And we saw a lot of instances where he rolled around. He just knows how to play the ground game really good. Can't wait to see how this is going to shake out. But we can't rest just yet. We still got to keep going here on the loser side of things. It's Nobi versus Ulsan. Oh, sorry. Nobi versus Arslan Ash.
This is going to be a big one. I think the Lars versus Nina, or maybe there's a counter pick.
Prediction is up.
Nina might work fine, but depending on what his mindset is.
Yeah, hey, it might be a Lars mirror. I know.
But I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah. Arslan has been known to have the Lars.
Yeah, and he also made the Lars at one point for a little bit. But the Nina has always been his rock, his go-to character. And it seems like we might be seeing that.
As a Chicago fan, I fucking hate the Bears too.
It seems like,
yeah, I bet.
We're just
the Bears.
For the next pick.
Oh, the Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, we will unfortunately not be getting an Arslan Ash versus Knee matchup.
Yes, I can't wait to see this.
In this bracket.
Steve mains out there.
Oh, Jarris Walker getting minutes again? Well, Aaron Neesmith with 3 fouls already. Damn.
We're hurtling to Earth at 1 billion miles an hour. I don't know how we're breathing up here, but we managed.
We managed to have a boxing match.
Since Armor King got revealed, how common do we think he's going to be in tournaments? Extremely uncommon. Unless he's just like undisputed top 1 super broken. The only person you'll ever see really playing him is JDCR.
That's the That's Steve's favorite move. He just daily back one on counter hit, and he's happy.
That's all I think.
Hey,
about.
Nobi brought out the
Back one.
Steve. Hell
Down
yeah.
punch. Let's keep going.
Down too nice, gets the yeet, no break.
Family rivalry as we speak just goes for the activation. But
Armor King is a
you see
popular
the
character
sliding
like
counter hit
casually,
by
but like
Arslan
you don't
Ash.
really see him in bracket that
Breaks him
much.
down, trying to step on him, not in there. And remember, this is a mother-son match.
Yes, that is true. Settle it on Earth. No, we're hurling towards Earth. Arslan Ash now gaining the gray health back. Oh, evil miss, but Nobi still leading the charge in terms of life.
Right, trying to go for that rocket punch near the wall. He knows he's just in that wall splat distance. A nice orbital
Oh my
slam.
God.
That's orbital slap.
Able to actually turn things around with a significant life lead. Arslan Ash always has that Uno reverse card in his pocket. You cannot breathe easy unless someone calls that you have won that round if you're up against Arslan Ash.
Amazing work.
Have such a hard time against Steve.
Let's
You
see,
too?
So Nobi was very commanding at the start of that. Arslan was just able to bring it back, got his number, and dialed it.
Courtesy of that back one, gotta work. Watch out for the Lionheart stance mix-ups here.
All right, down forward one, the Arslan Nina special. All right, Nobi trying to find his opportunity, but once again, he's trying to back up. He against Nina, as we mentioned in the previous set, against Nina, you want to back up a bit, but gets launched for his trouble.
Yeah, so let's see how Steve's approach tools will play into factor of Nobi's game plan here. But now, this is the wheelhouse you want to be in if you're Nina, right? Push against the wall. Oh, gets the guard break. Gets the 2-hit. No 10 count punish there for Nobi. Just dashes in with some dirty boxing.
Goes for the dirty smash and went for it again.
Oh.
And got a side switch.
Huh.
Won't be dead here, I don't believe. Actually, no, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, I don't say that.
Withdrawn.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, just in case.
Okay.
Gets off the low kick.
Oh
Nice.
my goodness, catches him dashing in. Second time we saw a Rage Art here. Floor is lava. Let's see how Nobi has
Floor
actually
is in
been
fact
winning the
lava.
exchanges round start, but Arslan Ash just finds a way to get back in the match.
For the extended duck options there, Arslan not eating any. All right, the tables have turned.
Ooh,
It's a huge uppercut.
very nice.
There are ways to spin around at that time, but he was not ready for
Wall,
it.
he burst
Able
up.
to get the floor explosion here.
Blam.
Machine gun punches at the corner, but 1-1-2s. Oh, nice interrupt by Arslan Ash.
That was very
Nobi
clever
on the
there by
board.
Nobi. Just did the first hit, knowing most
Took it
likely
to round
Arslan's
4.
not going to be considering the second not coming. Went for the immediate punish and got to take advantage of it.
Round start Lionheart here. Gonna see some stiletto heals. Jab interrupts from downtown, but Arslan Ash, blonde bomb just to push for the center.
Ooh. He held that, tying her shoelaces.
Oh my God, Tyrese Halliburton.
Now
The
we
fast
see
break dunk?
The offensive.
I didn't think he was gonna go up and yam that shit like that.
See
What
how,
the fuck?
Nobi's gonna play with his heat.
Sheesh.
So excellent combo, excellent wall splat. Still got that heat. Goes for the massage at the end.
God. Oh my
That's
goodness.
gonna hurt. That's gonna cost him.
Oh wow.
Nobi
Just goes
tying
for
things
the
up, 2 rounds
machine gun
apiece.
punches,
Final
a
round.
onslaught of offense for Nobi to turn things around, folks. That's the Fox 5 special.
No matter how nice launch there. No matter how good you are, sometimes when there's a million things flying at you at once, you're gonna spring king at the most inopportune time, no matter how good you are.
Okay, beat down punch for the follow-up here. Goes for another downtown punch, but Arslan Ash trying to fight his way back in this matchup.
A little bit of a trade going for that low, trying to build up that steam. Now,
Oh
again,
my
Nobi's
God, and
doing
then
a great
Tyrese
job
with the
of
block on
keeping
OG on
that-
Nobi.
keeping
Yo,
that rubber band
Tyrese is out there
angle
hooping
away.
his ass off right now.
Tries to come in as he's going out, and
Doing
that
it on
heat
both
smash to
ends.
close out the
And
round.
Nobi takes the
Slacking
first
down,
game
making
over
that
Arslan
statement,
Ash.
taking
We've seen this so often though. I feel like we see it all the time.
Nobi off to
Arslan
a
lose the
good
first
start,
game
but
and then
we've seen
fucking
this before up against
destroy the
Keisuke,
next 2
right?
games.
Keisuke found that offense. Arslan
You seen
Ash
that block? Yo, he
starts
got there
thinking
quick,
about
fast,
what
in a
he's
hurry.
gonna
He
do
said,
next,
"Get that
starts computing
bullshit
the
out of here."
matchup, and then he turns things around. Heading to Urban Square, folks. Let's see the adjustments made on both sides.
Let's get it going now. Again, I think Nobi's doing an amazing job, and with the tool set of Steve, he's also got the the Steve back tempo, right?
Yeah.
He can go back, go into Lionheart, and just wait for a second. Now that I think is having to be played in a way where Arslan needs to take more risk coming in, where Nobi has the ability to jump back and cover that distance in a better way.
Yeah, I think that can make you second guess your offense, especially Nina, right? You kind of want, like you pointed out, you want to play in that telephone booth range. You want to keep things like that, but the back one on the approach is going to stop Arslan Ash in his tracks.
And activates that heat. Good combo here. Looking like a
Uh-oh.
50. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Oh no, he went peekaboo, but he didn't do anything with it. Ducks, but able to get the heat smash corner advantage as well.
Gonna be
Tyrese
there, but
future
one more
superstar?
big hit could take it, and the
Yeah, maybe.
delay. Excellent work.
Wow, Nobi looking real strong here. Arslan Ash trying to find an answer to the Steve Fox.
Rocket punch trying
Nice.
to spin on him.
No.
Gets, has
And a
to
good
eat a
step
punch.
by Arslan, gets the back and the launch and the readjustment. Oh my god.
Realign. Excellent combo by Arslan Ash. Fighting
Very
for the center
nice.
of the
Into
stage
heat
and also
burst.
activates as well.
A little bit
Taking him
extra
a bit further
with the
downtown.
guns
Got to the
and
end
the
of
slide.
screen, actually.
And just like that, he's taking complete control of this round after Nobi got off to a strong start.
Arslan slide.
Yep, there's that relentless pace we're so used to seeing by Arslan Ash. All gas, no brakes, but able to, you got to double tap, right? You got to double, yeah, able, the guns didn't have that much ammo. All right, I'm going to finish the job here, get that round number 2.
Starts off with the low there from
How old is Halle again? Is he under 25? I think Halliburton is exactly 25.
Keep him out with the back one. Arslan doing a great job coming in now, using grabs a bit more.
True. Okay, we get the engage. We try to push for the wall here, but nice down jab.
Yeah, Tyrese is
to
25. He just turned
Now
25
Arslan's
a couple
feeling
months ago.
a bit flustered and just a bit pressured. He's going more for down jabs to try and stop the momentum Nobi's building.
Yeah, and also taking a risk was that with that wipe the floor, we did see how Nobi was able to duck a lot of the options here. But we're going to shoot the guns, show it's a gun show, and now high splat, going to try to finish it off.
Excellent work. 2 rounds to 1. Arslan figuring a few things out, slowly bringing this one back. And again, jumps back, wants to cover the distance in case Arslan is going to commit to something big. He can get a huge whip punch.
Draft class 17. No, Tyrese was in the 2020 draft class. So that's Anthony Edwards, that's LaMelo,
Great start for Nobi.
that's James Wiseman. I think that's also Desmond Bain.
Dirty smash. Into that punch.
Nice.
The Sonic Fang gets power.
Tyrese Maxey also in that draft class.
Goes for another Sonic Fang just to keep it going. Did he press?
Press.
Oh, wow. Goes for the punish, and now Nobi 1 round away from moving on in this tournament.
Arslan's going to need to make something happen here. He's 1 round away from getting eliminated here. Bam, 15.
Oops. Oh, he dropped it though, but it doesn't matter. Gets the heat engager. Watch some ankles. Peekaboo.
Control here, but Arslan Ash though fighting for that control.
Goes that albatross into the guard break. Again, trying to lay it all out right now. Uses
Forgot
that
Ant was in the
guns
same
back
class
to
as
the wall.
Melo. Yeah, LaMelo actually beat him for Rookie of the Year.
And again, Arslan was lying in wait for an excellent punish.
Obi Toppin and Killian was in that class too. Yeah, because the Knicks drafted Obi Toppin. What was it, like pick like 5 or 6? And then Killian Hayes was drafted.
That's gotta hurt.
Was it Detroit with pick 7, something like that?
He doesn't want to eat too much here. Slowly trying to wait for an opportunity, but Arslan chipping away slowly, 1 hit at a time, death of 1,000 by 1,000 cuts. Running 2, looking for those plus frames into the guard break.
Okay, continue on final seconds.
Cool.
Nice escape. Nobi has rage to work with to try to slow down the clock. Arslan Ash could just keep
Doesn't have enough
dashing away.
time. Doesn't have enough
Dirty
time. Doesn't have enough
seconds.
time.
Open him up, but it's not gonna be enough.
Damn, timer
Arslan
scam.
Ash gets game number 2.
Crowd was feeling that one. I could hear through their headphones. Oh, that was close. You could argue, okay, if
Oh,
he
he was
hit
pick
that a
5.
little
Gotcha.
bit earlier, it might have worked out a bit better, but it's like he tried what he could, and Arslan was doing his best to just space away. So some of those hits, if he went for a heavier hit that might have done more damage, it might have whiffed and it would have been over anyway. So he did what he could. Now we got Keisuke up on stage, helping him out. You love to see different teams helping each other out from the same nation.
Yeah, I think. Oh, actually, still sticking with the Steve. I thought he was gonna kind of give him his.
How's the stream going? It's going pretty good. How you doing,
That guy's
LBC?
pretty good.
I heard he's pretty good. Don't take it from me. But we're going to the arena, not the underground arena. Still a compact stage here. I'd say Arslan Ash had most of the advantage keeping Steve at the wall, but look at that duck to the wild man punish.
That was a clean one. He's seen that streak
Fast break
before.
game
Goes
killing
for
the Knicks.
pass
That's what the
low.
Pacers do.
Dashing his face, ducking there. Oh, evades the...
Pacers got like, what was it, like 14, 16 points off turnovers. They getting out in transition and getting easy buckets.
Arslan Ash to go into heat.
Alright, flips over, activates heat. What's he got in store for Arslan? He goes for the low jab.
Jarris Walker with the hustle, offensive rebound. Nemhard for 3. I was so ready to say bang.
Goes for the heat smash. What's he gonna do for the follow-up?
Nice duck, but didn't quite get the punish.
Arslan Ash has rage.
Break on the throw by Arslan.
Excellent work there by Nobi. He's got a big health
Oh
lead,
my
but as I
god,
say
big
that,
counter hit.
Arslan gets a big, heavy
Gonna get
low
the wall
counter hit
here
launcher.
very easily.
And should be a hefty amount
83
there.
damage,
Really
just
in
like that.
range, and
Arslan in
there it is.
control.
Either player can
Wipe
go
the
for another
floor.
one,
GG.
And the follow-up to close it out. Arslan in the lead.
These wipe the floors have been adding up here. That has been paying him dividends here. But Nobi gaining a huge launch
You want
here.
the Pacers to win? Yeah, but I'm not mad if the Knicks lose. I just like the Pacers a little bit more.
Ooh, we switched sides, but Arslan couldn't get anything out of
I
it.
just think they're a little bit more fun to
escape by the
watch.
counter hit grab by Arslan Ash.
Right, down forward one, they're coming out, but Nobi doing a great job at stepping and weaving. very agile. As we said, Steve has so many evasive options, and that is working
Ooh.
with Arslan's Nina at the moment.
Break the glass.
1 round
Nobi
apiece.
able to break through. We tied things up in terms of round, really back and forth here at losers quarterfinal.
The counter hit low at the start. He backed up, went for the approach, odd timing. Arslan caught him, and now he's going to get a hefty.
Yo, Oko, thank you for the 49,
Yeah,
homie.
those
Welcome
really
back,
stayed
welcome back.
advantage.
Greatly
1-1-2
appreciate
punished
that.
by
Everything
Nobi.
is ordinary.
Oh, they're going to
Saji bait.
True. Let's see how they're going to open each other up. Here's some DF1 series, able to shoot the guns as well. No heat round, Brown Man.
And you don't see that string too often. I think he saves it, but here we go, activating that heat. Little bit of health. He needs to make
Nice
something
stack.
happen. But the
Arslan
flappy-
dominating
Yes,
that round.
The rising option, Arslan Ash, turning things around. Set point on his side. Nobi's got to act and act quick if he wants to stay alive here in the tournament.
All right, both spacing each other out. Albatross
He
still
engaged
starting
for
Nobi's
Nobi.
offense in this round. Again, he cannot afford to lose this one. He's going to have to take it. What's he got in store for Arslan?
Grabs get whiffed here. We're shooting
Damn
the
that
guns
chip,
here.
bro.
Spending all the heat on Nobi's side. Arslan's actually going to expire in heat as well. Can we push forward?
Oh, floated him.
For the Superman punch, but Arslan
Gets the
Ash
conversion.
interrupted.
No heat,
Float
though, for the
is gonna be a
extension.
Decent amount of damage and decent Oki. They tried to catch him with the mid. Now Arslan trying to push him back to the wall with his classic down forward 1 strings and pulling out the lows and the homings in between.
Oh my goodness.
Oos.
Able to get that
Mixing.
shoulder. Got to keep him against the wall here. But Arslan
break
goes
when I
for
was
the
back
throw
to the
escape
wall.
here for them to switch sides.
Counter hit.
Excellent
Hold on,
work the
ankles.
height. It got a low to close that part out there.
Nice block.
Rage, one more hit could do it, and then trade.
Let's go Nobi-san. Hold on.
Incredible stuff. They're really leaving everything on the line, but a big back one for Nobi to start off this final round.
And gets the wall. A nice health lead.
Let's
Goes
go,
for the
Nobi.
Smash, foot stomp. Goes for the shoulder into the overhead. That is safe. Goes for the big sweep commitment there.
Good break.
Those wipe the floors have been working out. They both
They trade heat bursts, but Nobi's wins. Counter hit on both sides.
Later on, but now the
What a low parry. I see you, Arslan.
Carrying him towards the corner.
This could be anyone's game. Very similar on how
The toe kick whiffed. Oh my God, is he dead? That might have just cost him the game. It's a heat dash extension. Followed up. He lived. Didn't matter. Wow. Insane clutch.
By the skin of his teeth. That toe kick will be haunting Nobi.
I would say that toe kick about to haunt Nobi for the rest of the tournament. For the next week.
Again, it just comes down to the minute details. What a
They're gonna wake up in a
back-and-forth
cold sweat
battle.
over that one.
We were playing with a lot of approaches, a lot of ducks, a lot of sidewalks. But at the end of the day, when it came down to it, it was a toe tap that changed things for Arslan Ash to continue on in this tournament.
Like, I hate it when I stub my toe, but that one's
I mean, yeah. He was wishing he'd stub his toe, right? But the walk on Arslan Ash.
I can just imagine the mind of Arslan Ash when that moment happened. It was probably such a moment of relief when he saw that whiff, unexpected. I know he walked for it, but I don't think he was expecting that toe tap, maybe a spring kick. And if it probably wasn't expecting Nobi to be willing to do a spring kick in that situation,
right?
Just in case, walked and looked for some Oki, but that was a big commitment, and it's but there we go. Arslan Ash moving forward, and we'll be versing the winner of Chikurin versus Rangchu.
Waiting at the wings and winners finals, we have Ulsan versus Farzeen, so that's something to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen. But we got to settle things over here at the loser side with Chikurin versus
All right, Chikurin versus Rangchu. Prediction is up in the Twitch chat.
Bear, what do you think?
Maybe. I mean, the Lydia has been coming out here and there.
Right.
I don't know if
It was good,
Chikurin
Necro.
has perhaps some sort of pocket pick for Rangchu. He does have that for certain characters sometimes, certain players sometimes. But you know, the classic matchup at the moment would probably be, as you mentioned, Clive and Bear. One of the Bears.
One of the Bears. The Bears. We shall see which bear that he will be using, because he started with Panda, changed things up. I guess he wanted to go a little more electric than that Xiaoyu grab when it came to heat. But we are gonna hear the character select screen. Yeah, I definitely want to see other characters in the roster of Chikurin, but if he's going to use that Clive, that's going to be all good. Definitely put in the work with that Clive.
Let's see. Taking a swig of water. Make sure to stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen.
That reminds me. I got to take my
Go ahead. All right. So checking their button. Make sure, by the way, this is a PSA from Brown, man. Make sure you check your buttons, man.
PSA?
Like the amount of rounds some people lose from not checking their buttons, you got to get in the muscle memory. Even if you've already done it and your opponent takes extra time, I'm just checking buttons anyway. Make sure you got that set. You do not want to lose a potential set and everything. Yeah, the other bracket runners and TOs in the crowd, they were agreeing. So make sure, guys, check your buttons. But here we go. That's all done. We are coming into the new fancy stage.
Phoenix Gate, ladies and gentlemen. This is hometown advantage for Clive. What's a Bumblebee Bear doing
He flew in. He just flew in.
Bears do be flying, and they also be ripping each other's neck, ripping necks here. So Chikurin now has to be very careful his approach. We've seen how Rangchu is able to just play with the bear jabs, and another grab.
He's 2 for 2 at the moment.
I fear this Pacers next game will end in a heartbreak. For who?
Together. It's like a Bumblebee hive mind or something.
Ish. I mean, I think it distracts from the overall.
Who do you want to win this one? The tournament or the match, or you talking about the Knicks Pacers game? You're gonna have to be very specific.
Trying to finish it off, gets the hip smash.
Very well done. That was a I think that was a very assertive first round. He was willing to do things that's like, oh, maybe most people wouldn't be willing to do it. I'm going to show you I am, and you're going to have to worry about it.
I like those. Mental damage, assert your dominance. But Chikurin retaliating that round 2, though.
Busting out the whip. Chikurin really trying to take his game back.
Yeah.
Doing a good job so far.
Got 1+2 engage. Forward 3 gets punished here. Rangchu. Oh, wow. Gets the power crush.
That was amazing work. Activates heat. Wants to come in with something. Let's see what he's got.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with the bear jabs here. Can't redo in Phoenix shifts too much. Beach ball out of the way. Hunting bear.
He tried it again. And after, he also wasted the heat
What
time.
archetype is Clive? Is he rush down?
Nice rising punish
No.
there, hitting him with the hilt of
He's
Clive.
more of a neutral based spacing kick, because like he just has so much range and such giant hitboxes. He kind of wants to keep you out more than he wants to get in.
He has made Chikurin so scared to duck in these situations.
In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think it's the conditioning. Okay, Torgal making it a 2v1, but heat, bears and heat are so dangerous.
I mean, he's got mix-ups and shit like everybody else in this game, so it's, you know.
I know.
Rangchu's movement being very scary at the moment. Goes underneath that down forward 1 attempt. Diving at him again with the hunting bear stance and the downward strike.
Wow, the interrupt just to keep him out of power crush. Excellent call-outs here by Rangchu.
2 rounds to 1, Rangchu in the lead.
Let's see how he's going to try to play around with these bear stances. Going to try to go for some Phoenix options here, but still no one home. Oh, the hop kick, the bear hop kick, let alone Rangchu's calling card of a launch.
Big, strong spin there. Gets the explosion, sits on him.
Okay. Yeah, we see Clive trying to run his gambit of just pokes, but Phoenix smash, able to get the iconic grab of Xiaoyu.
He knows what he's doing.
Like, no, left side, no, right side. He's like a guy trying to talk to a TO. You want your left or right side? No, I don't know.
I don't know. Rock, paper, scissors. I don't know.
Coin flip, final seconds. Chikurin, though, trying to gain back the health.
All right, nice punish there. Chikurin's going to have to make some big moves. He's definitely capable. Just out of heat, teleports forward. He's swinging for the fences. Rangchu's back to the wall, but we've seen him in worse situations and make some crazy plays happen.
Watch out.
Got for Chikurin.
Watch out for the rage art here. 1+2, nothing there. Rangchu could just back away, and that is going to be it. A time up by Rangchu to get the first game. How do you open up a bear? How do you open him up?
Knife. I mean, he's got him.
And it's so good.
How many knives you got? Yes.
This 4-4 1+2 still a plus hit counter move. Clive's?
So historically,
Was it plus before? No, it was safe. I don't know.
Well in
Can't really remember, to be honest.
Since Tekken 8 in official tournaments, we've had a score of 5-3 in sets.
Wow.
Rangchu. The most recent one was at Evo Japan. It was 1-2.
1-2, interesting. I definitely want to. It's at Harp. We'll revisit that as we look at the character select stream, because Lily is coming out now. Again, bring out the big guns, not Clive.
Aw, shit. Chikurin breaking the Lily back out. We don't really get to see her from him too much these days. But this is the character that he put on the map by winning Evo Japan with her, even though we already knew that character was stupid. But finally, a real character? I know what you are.
Seeing a return to that. Let's see if we can rewrite those matches and bring forth a new age of Lily.
Yeah, new
You think as the
history.
patches
Let's see, we
shift
are
away
still
from
writing the
offense
book.
and more in line with normal
Some jab
Tekken,
checks, the new move,
you think the timer's going to
spin.
become more and more important?
Rangchu now has to adjust towards the Lily play here.
It really
Barex
depends on how
can
they
get
continue to
blocked.
change
No
the
one
game, because
getting
they've already done
anything
things that are kind of making the game
significant just yet.
longer.
I don't even know if he's used Lily this
Like
weekend.
adding more
That's
health and
true.
stuff.
I haven't seen that much Lily
And
matches,
they
actually.
want to
Chikurin,
shorten
I was looking forward to seeing
combos
that round off.
or like reduce
Going home.
damage and shit. And if they
Flips
do
him over.
that, it's going to take more
Down
hits
1-2,
to kill,
started up.
which means that matches will be
Bunny hop,
longer.
bunny
So
hop.
yeah, time
So
management
let's
will
see
be
how this
important.
is
We've already
going
seen
to play
multiple
out.
like timer
So far,
scam matches,
Chikurin
right? So
playing
throughout
with
this
the
tournament.
movement, but the two-hit punish.
I feel like timeouts are already more
Rangchu,
common than they were, and I think they'll get more common.
That was quite unfortunate. Now Chikurin trying to implore some grabs in his game. Let's
Unless they
see some
find some
heat,
sort of
shall we?
compromise.
Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Up and above. Death from above, says Chikurin. He needs to close this out and finds the mid.
Amazing work there. That was a big clutch reactions and adjustments from what they were dealing with, unexpected situations. Now Chikurin trying to go with the flip down 4-3+4 to catch Rangchu pressing in the distance, but so far has been blocking fast enough.
Yo, these side steps are being put on display, but Rangchu still contesting with the bear jabs, as well as the power crush. Oh, unable to get the round off.
You know, he's trying to catch him on the approach. So Chikurin's trying to space out and trying to catch Rangchu with a counter hit in the distance, whereas Rangchu's lying in wait and trying to snuff that out on the way in.
True, so imploring these side steps. Rangchu, though, still playing very conservatively, slides in with a do glide, but let's see how else he can use Lily's tools to open him up.
These off-axis situations.
I never played Tekken before 8. Why is everyone freaking out in a bad way about Farzeen?
Flips him over.
Because when he got added to the game in Tekken 7, he was the most broken character in the game.
Yeah,
He was
nice that you
extremely
mentioned the
overpowered and very,
off-axis
very
situations,
stupid.
right? So a lot of
And even after they
scrappy
nerfed him, he was, you know,
the
you didn't really
bunny
see him that
hops have
much
actually been playing very
after
well
the
for
nerfs, but he was
Chikurin.
still very
Plus range,
annoying.
though. Will he be using that heat smash?
Goes down one. Being there. Waiting for Rangchu to make a move. Excellent walk, but nobody home that time. Beach ball in
He has
the distance.
ore, so it's
Use that
okay.
later. Big
Does he?
hit. Doing her best Brian impression.
Get the God kick, get the Jin God kick, unable to get it. That's quite unfortunate. A lot of missed opportunities here, but Chikurin is still in the life lead, but not for long.
That combo unawareness, or maybe just forgetting that the baby legs of Bear.
Yeah.
And could have cost him.
Quite unfortunate, but you have to admit, Chikurin has been getting the right steps, the right reads. Rangchu, though, getting a big launch round start.
Sits on him and swipes, and again, Rangchu one round away from taking the second game.
Let's see how he's going to try to put the pieces together for him to get this round. Chikurin really needs this. Trying to attack the legs, go for mid, but it is an iron wall of defense on Rangchu's side.
It's best of 2.
Anytime Chikurin's coming in, Rangchu is ready. This time engages himself, using that heat, wants to close this one out. Oh, it's back, it's back.
The grab.
Guaranteed.
Watch out, we're going to grab again. Follow it up. We're going to do it again. And he's going to follow up just to make sure he's able to get it. Yeah, crazy stuff. The Lily able to implore the side steps, but Rangchu's defense still held up. So congratulations to Rangchu moving on. Chikurin, what a beast with the Clive and the Lily. I want to see more of him. Hopefully we'll see more of him as the Tekken World Tour continues.
It takes the official count, I believe, for tournaments to 6-3.
6-3. Wow, that's incredible. The ever-writing story of Tekken 8, right? We're still writing the TWT story, and now thank you, Brown with the stats. Seems like we will be seeing more of the Bears, I guess.
Yes, we will.
I want to see those grabs. You know, the gasp when he's able to do that grab. Oh no! Oh no! Do you think the Lily pick, I mean, was a lot more comfy compared to the Clive pick?
No. I'm sure he's comfortable with the Lily, but was that, in my perspective on looking on, was that the best option for him? I don't think so. Because
Out of all the games to make the joke characters top tier, why the game I play? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, when was the last time he used Lily against Bears? He might have had that prepared. He's like, look, if I'm going to lose, and he might have been in the hotel practicing that. I don't know, but sometimes in a high pressure situation, even if you're, you never forget how to ride a bike, right? So even if it's going back to a character that you've used for so long, in those situations, that time that your brain's buffering and remembering may be too long, and it may cost you the games.
Might cause you to be a bit gun shy, and I agree with you, especially with how high stakes this are as we look towards the bracket here. Rangchu moving on, facing Arslan Ash, which is a storied rivalry that has been going throughout, but this is our top 4, folks. We got winners finals, Ulsan versus Farzeen, but big shout outs to Battle Arena Melbourne for giving us such an amazing tournament and having such a turnout with the top 8 here. So shout outs to all the players that made it to top 8, and shout outs to all the
noise for yourselves.
Yeah, let's go. We got to save that noise for the grand final. So I got to save my voice.
This place, we call this the Melbourne Zoo.
Oh yeah.
People go crazy. You start hearing people yell out like monkey sounds and everything. It's crazy work. Shout out to the OG Melbourne Zoo. They just go crazy. We got high energy here. Australia especially, we are just straight hooligans out here.
And now we're gonna get ready for the winners finals here. It's Ulsan versus Farzeen. Wait, he did face a Lars to get here, and now he's gonna have to face Ulsan's Lars.
Let's get it going. All right, we've got Farzeen on the P1 and Ulsan on P2.
So I wonder if we're going to see any character switch ups, right? Because
All right, new prediction going up for Ulsan versus Farzeen.
Brought out a Yoshi, and then and then Ulsan also is known for just like certain changes in characters. But right now the story is we have
Chikurin had a bad day today.
Farzeen on
I
the
mean,
Victor, and
if
we
my
have
bad
Ulsan
day is
on
me
the
getting
Lars.
5th place at a super stacked major on the Tekken World Tour,
Like,
I need
that's
more
the
bad
play
days
so
to happen in my
far, but
life.
Again, these guys, they have these secret pocket characters, specific situations, and it's a kind of breaking case of a mood.
The reason I bring this up is this has changed. It's going to be a race to 3 now, so there is time for like an experimental character to start out and see how things are going to go. But as of the story, as of what we noticed since yesterday and what we observed, it might be a Victor versus Lars.
Yeah, and these guys have faced before, not too much. You know,
If Hercule was ever a top tier in the DBZ game, I think people would love it. Not me.
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, something along those lines. And the longest one was Drag versus Victor at EWC 2024. That was nobody was beating Ulsan that day, and that was evident.
I'll be right back.
Results across.
Oh yeah.
But then more recently, TWT finals. You mentioned the Yoshi. That was when Farzeen whipped that out, and that was an 0-2 to Farzeen.
Oh yeah, that was 0-2. Incredible stuff. So we'll see if there'll be some counter picking going on, and how well these players have evolved from those matches that they had against each other. Still high stakes situation. Lars versus Victor to start out the winners finals here between Ulsan and Farzeen, and we're heading into space.
Let's get it going. All right, let's get it going. Here we got the I'm waiting for the explosion. I want to see who takes it first.
Still, I feel like there's other priorities if you're hurling towards Earth.
I mean, at this point, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to land?
Hey, he landed that arc blast to start things out, and Lars, like you said, travel agency and also wall combo fiend.
All right, let's keep it in there, but gets a side switch. Very much in Farzeen's favor, gets a nice high splat. Goes for the upward strike with his sword cheek.
Delta Slicer engage here. We keep it going. Limited entry low. Let's see. Oh, wow. Goes for the heat smash to close it out. Quick and fast round by Ulsan.
Amazing work so far, but Farzeen fighting back. Starts off with the sword flurry. He's trying to catch him coming in, but Ulsan, once again, amazing spacing, putting the pressure on with the down forward 1 strings as well.
Okay, plus frames. Let's see who's going to pop heat first. It is Ulsan, kind of leading in terms of life. He does have a bit of gray health to gain back. Back one swipe just to keep him at bay.
Upward strike again. More homing here from Ulsan, but Farzeen firing off the shots.
Trying to go for the arc blast, gets punished. Wall advantage, forcing Farzeen to go for this heat, as well as Ulsan. Oh, tries to go for the flash.
Gets the wall splat. This should be good for him, and the shoulder to end the second round. 2 rounds very quickly.
Yeah, Ulsan looking like the Ulsan of old when he was a Dragunov here, just constantly running through the first 2 rounds here. Farzeen's got to slow things down, put a little fear in the offense, and make Ulsan kind of second guess his offensive wheelhouse here.
Excellent break. He knows he's trying to get that explosion. Activates that heat with that engager. Slams him down. Goes for the little shield.
Let's see him try to
My fault, I'm back. Damn, I missed 2 rounds already?
Explosion, but who's gonna
Fuck.
take it first?
Ulsan is cooking.
But like Son, I said before, catches him out of the air. This could be a good opportunity to Farzeen to yoink back the momentum from Ulsan.
Okay, FF2, and we go for the ground slice here for him to be able to spend that floor explosion. Farzeen now holding on to this heat. Ulsan, what's going to be the Hail Mary play? He's just going to fight his way out.
Ulsan been cooking.
Corner.
I see that. Must have been 2 quick rounds. Is Pocket dead to you? Damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, yo. I didn't upload a pack opening video of myself playing this the new pack day 1, and I done got a million niggas like, yo, did you quit Pokemon Pocket? Yo, bro, like, is Pokemon Pocket dead? Yo, bro, did you drop Pocket? Like, fuck.
This is a player that
my fault.
Gotten the Farzeen flash, and he just
it has nothing to do with Pokemon Pocket and everything to do with my mental.
What's it now?
I'm still playing the game. I want to do more pack openings and more rank matches and shit.
Just like staying hydrated in the chat and in the venue. So, Evil Arena.
I heard you're also beef with Dado. Yeah, fuck that nigga. He know what he did.
Victor got that locked and loaded.
Explosion or the wall explosion?
Yes.
Exactly. Maybe 3.
All right, let's get it going. Game 2. Farzeen needs to make some things happen. This is the
I think I have to make a pack opening video tomorrow. That's what I'm learning right now. It's your new. Does Lotus still play DBFZ? I was getting.
I like how he's doing. He's not just pulling out
That shit was crazy because like I still played that game every day, but if I ever played anything that wasn't Dragon Ball, I had a million niggas come through asking me if I still play Dragon Ball.
Excellent walk. He's going to take this one to an explosion wall, perhaps. See if he uses it. Spikes him down, saves it. Wants to get it.
Everyone be having the most random beats with Dado because Dado be on that bullshit.
Capitalizing on this big Farzeen round, if he can close things out. We going coast to coast here, folks. Ulsan now has to fight for his life.
How true is that we're getting a new patch on the 3rd? We are getting a new patch very soon. I don't remember if it's on the 3rd, but in like a week or 2, yeah, we will be getting a new patch.
Now, Farzeen stopped that mix there, didn't want to risk too much.
I don't remember the release date.
Coming from the distance, homing with range.
Tried to go over down back 2, but he
get scammed.
So little health. Ulsan turning things around.
Slides out like a... See, the heroes don't look at the explosion, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I would look at it immediately.
Get blinded immediately.
Damn, what happened to Miles Turner? That nigga knee bleeding and shit.
Here, but these are no ordinary human beings, folks. These
but Cat is the one at the free throw line. What the fuck did I miss?
Low by Ulsan. Down forward, 1 into walks here from Farzeen, but Ulsan got a hold of that and hit him with that launcher.
Yeah, the arc blast seems to be on point here for Ulsan. Luckily for Farzeen, it's not an explodable wall, but that is Lars' wall combo in a nutshell, folks.
That's his limited entry there after the low string. Now uses up that heat on the 1-1 string, but gets a side switch. This could be Farzeen's opportunities. It's a nice combo.
Super important for him. Actually, he's gaining back the health, and he's also holding on to that heat, which is super important. But we do have Farzeen now forced to defend. Nice duck to the launch.
Should be taking this one. There we go. Wants to close out the rounds with 8 seconds left. As that heat goes for the dash and closes it out with the bullet.
With some style as well. So has Farzeen stopped the bleeding from continuing on? Ulsan still a dangerous threat no matter.
I hear pack and not patch. I thought another Pocket was dropping another pack. Nah, they already going too fast for some people's liking. It was to drop some shit a week after a set come out.
Whoa! Has been impeccable. His whiff punishes has been amazing, but right now
Farzeen turning up though.
Absolutely getting combo to oblivion and uses up that heat. Take it coast to coast.
Damn, Miles Turner got 4 fouls.
I think
That's bad news for the Pacers because they have no depth at the big position. It's Thomas Bryant and fucking.
Especially here at the underground arena, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say Thomas Bryant is fucking ass, but he just got a nice block. I still think he's buns. But Thomas Bryant and fucking.
So he goes for the activation. Oh, but able to get that.
What's the other nigga they got on their squad? The other center. Tony Bradley is buns.
But from both these characters, they have a lot of moves on block into plus frames and stance mix. And
actually, I think Tony Bradley got hurt last game.
Cancel the stance and see what kind of mental frames they can.
So they don't even got him.
Trying to bait out reactions. We're watching Tekken at the highest level here, trying to go for the back 2 just to try and see if he'll contest. But we do see Ulsan trying to get his back away from this wall. Farzeen wants to keep him here, though.
Wants to use that Farzeen flash. It just has not been successful. As I say, tries it again. And nice punish on the down forward 1-3. Trying to build up that momentum. But Ulsan on the back foot right now.
Oh, shit.
Explosion. Death from above and
very nice. Incredible composure from Farzeen. Stayed very poised.
Stay alive in this tournament and tie things up.
I think Victor is lamer than Lars.
Very back.
I think Victor is a cooler character that was played by like a lot of
Ulsan went
people who
sprint,
made
but
Tekken
Farzeen
unfun to
says,
play
"Yo,
against.
this is a
I
marathon,
think
okay?
he
This is still winners finals. We have a race to 3. I have time to
Victor is a
adjust.
character
I
that
have
probably
time
would
to
have been cooler if he was
understand the
introduced in a
large
game that's not
leap in
Tekken
front of
8.
me.
I blame
And you know
Tekken
what?
8
Still
more
back
for
and
him
forth,
being the way that he is than I
Farzeen
blame
still
him
quite
as a
dominant.
character. You know what I mean?
Much so.
Like Lars was always whack as fuck. Victor is the way that he is because he's a new character for Tekken 8. You know what I mean?
So this is going to be a bit harder. As mentioned, though, travel agents in the making, they can probably take it over there in 1 round.
Oh yeah. I do not want to hire them as travel agents. It will hurt.
I mean, they get you there one way or the other. If that's the budget flight.
Fair point. But now it seems like Ulsan in the life deficit, trying to deal with the offense. Nice jab contest, but Farzeen still swinging for the fences here.
Trying to go for that running 2. Now Ulsan trying to space him out and kind of
Wow.
tempt him in with these, hey, look at this whiff jab. Hey, look at this whiff down forward 1. Farzeen not hungry, though.
Able to get that mid-launch or getting that crumple state. Farzeen has cashed in.
Nigga got the wall on Yakushima.
Hey, we never see the walls, and we're able to see it then and there, folks.
Amazing work from both players there. That was a tough one, but Farzeen was able to sneak it out there at the end.
Okay, good punish to start things out for Farzeen. But now, jab contest once again. Ulsan unable to kind of open him up since the first game, I mean.
Interrupts with that down forward 1, back 1 on hit. Now the mix begins. Goes for that uppercut.
For the 1+2 series, back 1 just to stop him from moving. Okay.
1-2 building up that offense. Goes to the limited entry low. Down forward 1 checking once again. Activating that heat.
I like once he went for that limited entry. Oh, wow, goes and breaks the glass with a heat smash. Just
Lars
like
Slander
a
is
jump
crazy.
scare.
Sorry, I hate that character.
I can check jump scare warnings like that. That's when Ulsan's playing.
Down forward 1 on the approach. Looking for that homing once again with the back 1.
It's simply ease what it
Spacing out
is.
a little bit. The tempo is kind of calmed down a bit. But this is the tense before the release. As I say that, Ulsan gets a heavy launch. Let's see where he's going. Slides down on him.
Okay, we switch sides. Back 1 just to keep him at bay. Trying to get those counter hits going, but we do see the Arc Blast win in that exchange.
Gets that strong aerial tailspin there. Spikes him down. This is a good situation. He goes for the heat.
The motherfucker was only cool in Ultimate Storm 2. I don't think he was cool in there either. He was actually probably my least favorite character in that game. I thought he played like really clunky and slow and weird.
He knew.
Also, I didn't like his design. Also, the nigga had a fucking like gun, like a machine gun or some shit. It was so lame. It was so fucking lame.
Just nearly trying to get the lead here.
Trying to sidestep left here just to avoid the offense. Rising option, no one home here. Get some blocks going. Now he's trying to move and juke and jive to the right. No flash for you, says Ulsan. Another.
Picks him up. Taking it down. Gets a tailspin. Strong aerial spin there. Another one.
All from one placed Arc Blast, and now
1 more hit's all he needs. Jabbing. It gets
Oos. Hold up. That could be the start of the comeback.
It's going to be a momentous moment for him.
Run 2 finds his mark. Break on the throw.
Now we see the
Whiff throw, no punish. Big whiff. Gets launched. He's got heat and rage. That could be the round.
To make this one count. Wall is also there.
Oh my god, the pixel. We're gonna have to do something. There's no time. You gotta take a risk. You gotta take a risk. There's no time, Ulsan. There's no time.
And it is gonna be Farzeen to take it to final round.
Amazing. That was so clutch. See, these guys are at the edge of their seats.
I know, but look, I mean, I was looking at the stage. They are still unfazed. Ulsan still game face on. See, as he tries to dissect the defense of Farzeen.
Another timeout round, by the way. I'm telling you, those timeout rounds are becoming more and more common. And I expect them to become even more common with future patches, unless they do something to directly compensate.
Now Farzeen.
Stage mode Naruto was so fun in Storm 2. Nah, facts. I love Stage Naruto in Storm 2.
Properly here before Ulsan's able to go for that heat smash.
Checking with that homing, doesn't want him to go anywhere. Uses that dive kick and goes to the mid option after stance from this silent entry.
Switch sides. Oh, goes for the mid slash, and he's
the
gonna
counter
have
hit.
finishing touches here.
That should be the game.
Like he's in big trouble. Still has the heat bound to work with.
And it's the rage art. It is first to 3 though, so it's not over.
Loving it.
Oh, stay hydrated, folks. That's what Farzeen is saying. Just the constant back and forth. It is now 2-1.
I also prefer when substitution was a skill check in the swim series rather than a meter. I mean, it still is a skill check to some degree because you still have to like place them well. But I get what you mean when it was a timing thing and it wasn't just like you have 4, use them whenever. You know what I mean?
Victor's side as well.
All right, let's see. This is potentially one game away from Farzeen just moving forward to the grand final.
Is it crazy to say I like Sage Mode Naruto way more than Chakra Mode Naruto? No, I agree with you.
Genmaji Temple is the next from practically no
All right, Ulsan sticking with the Lars as well.
Let's see who's going to get wall advantage here. Farzeen starting things off real hectic here, but Ulsan unfortunately unable to capitalize on that, but adding a bit of damage on the board.
Excellent work on the come in, got the back one. Now going through stance cycles here to try and catch Farzeen, but excellent defense and punish from him there after that kick.
So trying to go for the Farzeen flash. Unfortunately, no one there, but back one swipe. Trying to continue on with the offense here, but Farzeen has to try and realign himself outside that wall.
Ooh, jab through that heat activation. Got it now.
Sage is 6 past Naruto as the next guest Tekken 8 character. Who says no? I do.
Farzeen still working with a low heat smash. Can he get it though?
Who do I think is winning this? The set or the tournament?
Has to block the explosion.
Nice whiff punish on the down back 2-1 attempt. Running one and the low.
So now Ulsan taking that first round. It's still a constant back and forth here, folks.
Alright, goes for the double upward strike. And again, these knives are coming out to play and absolutely demolishing Ulsan's
I think it's more of a mental thing, barring some situations and characters at time has never been an issue in Tekken.
Trying to go for
Well,
the running
no,
but Ulsan fighting back here with some
like this Tekken is very different from previous Tekkens, and they've also made changes that are directly influencing the outcome of the matches when it comes to timers.
Excellent power crush. Goes under. Runs up for the hardest read of today.
Halliburton to Nemhard for 3. Bang! Pacers up 12 in the third.
Now Ulsan continues on, and we see Farzeen not so looking good in terms of health. Gets the heat smash, but both of them have rage.
What a low parry. Straight into the rage art.
Immediate rage art and you can't see
Both. I think Ulsan will win this set. And I predicted. Okay, for a second I thought that was gonna kill. I predicted Ulsan and Arslan in the grand finals. I want to say Ulsan takes the tournament, man. I have said multiple times I think Ulsan is actually the best player in Tekken 8.
High hit whip, and he got a kick on the wake up.
Okay, goes for the low shoe shine here.
Which doesn't mean that he wins everything, but he does win a lot. So, and him being winner side right now, I know he's down a game to Farzeen, but it looks like he's about to tie that up here in just a moment.
Got scammed out of his heat smash.
Did tried to side
though with a health deficit and the
Farzeen
smash.
Might have spoke too soon. Might have gave him the old commentator's curse.
Heat smash, but now limited entry gets jabbed out of it. Final second.
One more poke. Now there we go. No round brown. Ulsan ties things up. 2 games apiece. Lars in winners finals. Hey man, it is what it is.
Both these guys need to take a breather. See.
Yo, Wolf Tech, welcome to the stream, man. Glad to have you here.
In a response in the final game.
I think, like you called out,
I'm watching Thomas Bryant hoop, thinking, where was this when he was on y'all squad? Now, Thomas Bryant was actually really good for us. So good, in fact, that he thought he could be even better. He thought he deserved like more playing time. He didn't realize that he was playing alongside LeBron James, and he was looking a lot better than he actually is. He was putting up like Shaq numbers for a stretch there, and then you know, he's actually been mostly bad since he's been on the Pacers, but he's having a good game tonight.
Oh, unfortunate back turn there for Ulsan to get out of jail.
Yeah, matter of fact, remember he's calling for the ball in that game against OKC where LeBron broke the scoring record.
Now just trying to keep things safe with
like Braun has the ball and is about to take the shot to break the scoring record, and Thomas Bryant is in the post, like calling for the ball, like hey, let me get that. Like boy, if you don't.
needed to continue his lead or take his lead back in the set. Here we go, round on the board in game 5.
What a comeback by Ulsan. That really looked like Farzeen's round to win, but Ulsan just has that Uno reverse card.
Running green, got it. I think that's the first one that's hit. Another one, the second one. Going for the 3-beat?
We about to get the worst Bears versus Lars finals. If we get Ulsan versus Rangchu, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be a little disappointed, just a little bit, because it's like, why that matchup? But you know,
That's
Good Tekken is
set
good
point
Tekken,
here
so.
for Ulsan. This is going to be a big comeback if he can close this one out here. But Farzeen fighting back, absolutely aggressive at the moment, trying to stop Ulsan from getting his game down. For the last few, he's just had the pressure, had the reads, and it's all been working out. He needs to make something happen.
Knives out indeed. We do see the Farzeen now trying to go more aggressive here, forcing Ulsan's on the defense. Trying to go for the 1+2 series. Oh, but able to get the punish, the mid-slice.
Got the reads of his own. He was willing to tank that mid if he needed to, but wanted to get that punish.
Hey, we do see Farzeen still staying alive here, but Ulsan, it just takes that one good read. 1-2 to start things out. Checking with the mids.
I would argue it's better to see a Power Ranger versus Wildlife than 2 Dragunovs.
Again, but Ulsan out of the way, gets that arc blast.
I really think I'd rather see 2 Dragunovs than Lars versus Kuma. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, we do see that the heat burst just to steal.
And I don't like Dragunov, but I think I'd rather see the Dragunov mirror than. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's also fucking boring. But like, I don't know. Watching Atif versus Ulsan was kind of hype when they were both playing Dragunov, just because they were both so good. Anyway, final round. Hold up, let's get it. Lock in, Ulsan.
In this winners finals, we are sweating bullets here.
Speaking of bullets, let's hope for Ulsan's sake bullets won't be flying on Farzeen's behalf. Back one, tries to keep him tracking. No counter hit though, and we get some plus frames. Crowd is intense as we watch this winners finals play out.
Farzeen getting kind of mixy-wixy with it.
But he's not confused about that. Back four, gets that knee into the extension, activating heat, trying to take some momentum in his favor. Gets the
Nice sidewalk, big punish.
Turning the tables.
Big
Still has heat as well, pops the burst. Both players just outside of rage.
Able to get the running too. Still has heat.
Ankles. Oh my god.
Resets the neutral. Go slow. Farzeen moves on, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we will not be getting an Ulsan versus Arslan Grand Finals after all. Yo, Farzeen's been hooping his ass off.
That was crazy. That last interaction was very unexpected. But that was an amazing closer to an amazing
Thomas Bryant just missed a lob while he was being guarded by Jalen Brunson, I believe is what I just saw.
What a call out by the explosion. That was actually one of the first back fours that we saw on Ulsan's side. Nobi was using it a lot, but he was able to bring it out towards the tail end there.
This also means that we won't have to see Lars versus Panda in the grand finals either.
Offense in his arsenal for him to be able to make that comeback happen.
Farzeen versus Arslan, we'll see.
Back and forth series, Brown Man.
Now, if you guys want to see these matches again, catch up with the updates, see where these guys rank in the world, and see how you can get involved at home and coming out to offline.
All right, next match is going to be Arslan Ash versus Rangchu.
And follow the socials and make sure you're staying up to date. Where can we find all the socials?
You got to go at X at Tekken, at BN Esports, and at BN Esports
Addiction
for the
is
VOD.
up.
Such an intense back and forth. That's where you guys are headed.
Think Ulsan can get the run back? Yeah, he definitely can, but he's going to have some stiff competition to get through.
Towards that grand final spot.
Going to have to play the winner of Rangchu and Arslan, and they are both killers.
So that was top four. So Farzeen's over there. Now we got to wait and see how Rangchu and Arslan Ash is going to play out. And who the winner of that is going to face Ulsan.
That's going to be crazy, but we'll be coming back with that soon. Please go take a break, stay hydrated, just like the plays, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
ข้าจะสังหารเป้าหมายเพื่อความอยู่รอดของลูกเมีย
Straightly giving me PTSD. I got PTSD.
貴様なぜあんな弱者どもに従っている
All
So I'm playing Pokemon X and I'm in Lumio City. And conceptually, I think it's kind of cool. But like in reality, I think it's kind of annoying how it's designed. Like I don't really like the angles at which like you're moving around and like how the city's designed and shit. It's kind of like confusing and like disorienting, I feel like. And it kind of makes it hard to make sure that you've like checked everywhere and spoke to everybody. Pokemon Black had a very similar thing. There was one of the cities where it was like, it was really cool, kinda, but like at the same time, it was also kind of annoying to navigate. How the 3DS game's been going. Nimbasa City, I think that's the one. I really like the music there though. What's the team looking like? All right, give me one moment. So right now we got Pikachu, Pyroar, Greninja, and I have a Lucario, but my Lucario is not the Lucario that they gave you. It's one that I caught on my own as a Riolu that I trained up, and then I found out that the game gives you a Lucario because I got to that point in the game, and I was like, well, ain't that some shit? And I was mad too because like I wasn't even going to put Lucario on the team because I was like, this nigga look like Lucario's such like a over, you know, like everybody always picks fucking Lucario, you know what I'm saying? He's such a cool, like typical, like I'm gonna put him on the team because he's so fucking, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck it, who cares, well, whatever, I'll do it. I was like, it's my playthrough, you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I mean? I was like, fuck, Lucario's that nigga, bro. I'm gonna put him on the team. Then I find out that the game gives you one for free, and I'm like, oh, so now I'm really a basic bitch because like the game just gives you one, which I still kept mine and put the one that they give you in the PC, but I'm like, man, ain't that some bullshit? Yeah, I also have a Pidgeotto on my team, but that's really just there for fly. And then I have the Lapras that they give you that I was using for Surf. So these top four are the only ones that are like solidified. The last two like are not sold yet. But I'm gonna turn my Eevee into a Leafeon, but I have it in the PC right now because I didn't want to over level it too much before it evolves, so that way I can still learn all the moves I want. Never used Lucario. Like, but he's so cool. You ever get into the Alola games, just play the Ultra version, the original, not 84? Well, I got them both. I got the originals and Ultra. My Pokemon collection kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. Shit kind of fire. I have at least one version of every generation now, and multiples of a lot of them. What gen star did you take? Bulbasaur, but I'm not gonna actually use it because I want a Leafeon on my team. Also, they talk about Unova a lot in this game. I feel like in other generations of Pokemon, it's not as common for like the older like regions to get referenced quite as much as they do it in this game. I feel like when I'm talking to the NPCs, they talk about Unova a lot. I have no issue with that, just an observation. Where'd you get your Pokemon X copy? eBay. Oh my god, Brunson smoked that shit. Pacers are doing that thing, man. Pacers are doing that thing, man. 9-0 run right now. And that's what Hallie on the bench. Up 16 is not looking good for them boys in blue. Josh Hart 3? Hell nah. Oh, that was a bad miss. Nemhart, you were supposed to pull that. Damn, they triple team Siakam? Damn, they doubling that nigga still? TJ McConnell, what a pass. Ben Shepherd? Doink. What you think about Pokemon Emerald? I don't really like Gen 3 that much.
Melbourne, where the best of the best are going at it here at our top 8. Park Spice and Brown Man on the mic. Brown Man, how's your voice doing?
Chilling.
I thought you were gonna be like
regular, because I know as we get deeper and deeper, we're at the tail end of the moment. We're gonna start losing it. If I haven't lost my voice by the end of this one, I think something's going on.
I'm pretty sure we got to save that for the grand finals. But right now, we're going to check out where
now
we
that you
are
got the games that introduce Megas, if you had a wish list of Megas for Zod, what would they be? So I don't fully know like what the rules and limitations of Megas are or anything like that, or like what Pokemon already have them. So I would just want my favorites to have them, but I don't even know what Pokemon already have them.
Thank you, everyone involved, all the people who've come.
Like, give all the evolutions a Mega.
Happen without you. Let
me get a Mega Typhlosion.
Game, a community event. It takes
Is there a Mega Raichu? Mega Raichu would be cool.
A community.
I get what you mean. But yes, each and every one of you guys, bracket runners, attendees, someone that just showed up and bought something at the Artist Alley, y'all mean something here. It takes a...
Support your locals.
Support your locals. I was going to try to reinvent what you just said. But yes, at the end of the day, support your locals, support your favorite players.
Can legendaries have Megas? Let me get Mega Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. That should be lit.
Play the game as well.
That's a big one. Play the game.
100%. So, seems like we will be
How would you Mega Raichu? I don't know. How do you Mega any Pokemon?
Kuma. We saw Arslan kind of hover over towards that Leroy. He did kind of tease the idea of using the Leroy in previous posts, but still rocking that Nina towards this.
You're one of my favorite people to watch, but we have such differing opinions. It's funny.
Successful.
Man, that goes into a conversation I almost started yesterday. But I think you're not alone on that. In fact, I think that's very common in my chat. A lot of people that fuck with me have very different opinions from what I have. My God, what a block from Thomas Bryant.
Towards Arslan Ash, but Rangchu has been on a tear as of late with this bear.
Mega Latios and Latios, Mega Rayquaza, Mewtwo has 2 Megas.
Alright, gets him up there, spikes him down, has that heat at his disposal, flips on him, and the call out on the mid launcher.
Damn.
7 golden letters. What a statement here from Rangchu at the start of this first to 3.
Good start, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Arslan Ash usually just downloading the data, but keep that bear in hunting stance too long, you get bit.
His ratio today on that is so high.
Yeah, it's incredible how he's able to catch these high players. I mean, incentivizing you to duck, but now Arslan Ash finding some offense.
Oh, I like Lars. You think he's the corniest thing ever. It just be like that.
And runs at him with the blonde bomb.
Nice,
like I said yesterday, it's a conversation for another day. But
going for the mid, heat engage. Rangchu now about to go for the heat smash, but no, it is Arslan Ash that goes for it first. Tie it up.
Okay, well, that's a quick back and forth at the moment.
Oh yeah, 100%. So now Hunting Bear stands able to crush that eye, but Rangchu trying to interrupt with some bear shenanigans here.
All right, diving in, get a lot of shimmy. That's a lot of a lot of movement down there. What are you looking for?
He's trying to hunt.
Damn, that shot didn't count. Yo, New York can't catch a break right now.
All right, runs at him. Oh, okay, tried to follow up with an option, but the spring kick saved Arslan there. And an excellent combo. It's going to be heavy.
Loving the interruptions on Arslan Ash's side, just stopping Rangchu as he tries to get his offense going. It's usually a Rangchu that is kind of jabbing, 2-1ing his way towards the offense. Electric now coming in hot.
All right, go for the double swipe into the mid. Third time's a charm.
Hey.
At him. Hunting Bear sets follow up. And another one.
Head.
More hit again.
Able to get that third round. Rangchu looking real strong when the bullets start flying, figuratively.
Oh my God, Halliburton.
The scramble situations.
Oh wait, that was Obi topping that shot. That, oh fuck. I looked away for a second. Halliburton had the ball when I looked away, and when I looked back, I just saw a 3 going. That shit was Obi topping.
Okay. Oh wow. Yeah, from the down forward 1 strings to the stiletto heel, but it was the launch that did get things for Rangchu to get things going.
Again, Rangchu is really forcing Arslan to confront this situation where he is in hunting bear stance at range 0 and then moves back, shimmies a bit, and just closes that gap.
Ooh, unable to maximize that heat smash, but he's still on the offense here, and he was able to break out the timer, and now another DF1.
Yeah, I'll get Legend ZA whenever it comes
Arslan
out.
Ash to
For
close
sure.
out this round to take us to the final round.
Anyway, to go back to what I was going to say earlier,
Anybody's game, and this I think may set the tone for the rest
I
of the
very,
second half.
very
We've seen a lot of
frequently
comebacks, but again,
feel like I
Rangchu
don't
really going
relate
back
to the
that
vast
hunting bear
majority of
stance,
people
finding
who
so
share the
much
same
depth.
interests as me.
So now Bear X gets blocked.
And this is a conversation we've kind of touched on before, but
Try to find an opening, but it was Arslan Ash to get the heat engaged. Nice escape on